People in this world are born with an egg. As long as the egg hatches before they reach adulthood, they can become dragon riders and reach the peak of life. Otherwise, they can only be considered refugees, struggling to survive. Today marks the last day before I turn 18. But my egg still has not changed at all. I sit quietly on the barrel, anxiously contemplating my future fate. Suddenly, a golden light caught my attention. Before I could make out what it was, the golden light shot directly into my mind. Immediately, a terrifying image appeared in my mind. It was of countless beasts controlled to the extreme. Then I fainted right away. Until the next day, I was awakened by a patrolling squad. The leader with purple hair questioned, "You slept here last night? Do not you know that students are not allowed to stay overnight in the castle?" I was still a bit disoriented. So all those images from last night, were they all just a dream? Those terrifying dragons and dragon tamers? What exactly was going on? Seeing that I dared to ignore him, the purple-haired man raised his hand and whipped me. I was stunned by the blow, but the purple-haired man sneered and said, "I hear you're becoming a refugee today, going to the wilderness to scrounge for food. Now you're violating curfew. I'm cured after 12 lashes. Whether you can even survive in the wilderness." Just then, the egg beside me suddenly made a cracking sound. The purple-haired person froze for a moment. The student behind him exclaimed, "Su Heng, your egg seems to be cracking." I, on the other hand, was full of joy. My pet egg is finally hatched. I excitedly raised the egg above my head. Purple Hair reacted and was scared. He threw the whip in his hand and forced a smile. "It's a misunderstanding, a misunderstanding. It's truly a huge misunderstanding. Lord Sir, I'll go call the training officer right away to verify your status as a beast tamer." Just then, the voice of the female commander rang out. "No need for you to call. I'm already here. The woman is Lu Yu, the chief trainer of the castle's beast tamers." She quickly walked up to me. "Try communicating with the beast egg now." Pressed my face against the egg and whispered softly, "Little one, come on out." The next second, the pet egg shook slightly. The little one inside let out a small grunt. Lu Yu patted my shoulder with a face full of satisfaction. I dingling, "Another young beast tamer has joined." Lu Yu suddenly saw the injury on my face. "What happened?" I pointed directly at the purple-haired one without hesitation. Lu Yu's face turned. "You dare to hit a beast tamer? I'll give you 20 lashes. Go back to the wilderness and forage. Face the punishment yourself." After saying that, the two of them ignored Zima's cries for mercy and left without a second glance. A moment later, the two arrived at the top floor of the castle. The castle lord Zohe looked at me with a smile on his face. "This kid is the first new recruit of the second half of this year. Yeah, he just turned 18 today. I did not expect him to break through right before his coming of age." Zohe laughed loudly. "He actually burned his boats. He broke through at the last moment." Zohe offered 2 rewards for me to choose from. One is to send me a piece of dragon scale, to accelerate the hatching of my lizard, let the lizard inherit a trace of dragon blood. The second is to wait until I can raise a second pet, then send me one from his collection. I thought about it for a moment. A bird in the hand is worth more than 10 in the forest. In the end, I chose the dragon scale. Not long after, I returned to the slums outside the castle, only to be lectured by my sister, who twisted my ear. "You brat, you dare stay out all night? I had to search for you all night." Suddenly, someone knocked on the door. "Good day, Lord Suhon. This is the item the fortress master ordered me to deliver. Please keep it safe. I wish your egg hatches smoothly." Upon hearing this, my sister excitedly hugged me. "Your egg is hatched, you little rascal." I quickly reminded her that there were others around. The situation became awkward for a moment. I made an excuse to leave for work. My sister ran off immediately. A moment later, I picked up the dragon scales on the plate and was about to observe them closely, when suddenly a burst of golden light appeared before me. An ancient book slowly materialized in my mind. The book opened by itself without wind. It finally stopped at page 17. The content above is exactly how the horned lizard evolves into a dragon. After a long, I finally snapped back to reality, but my mind still kept replaying the content from earlier. The dragon snake lizard is an extremely dangerous species. It can easily destroy an entire small settlement. Unlike my own mid-level dangerous species, the scaled lizard, they are fundamentally 2 completely different species. The other material is dragon's blood root. It looks a bit like purple-brown root. Not sure if it's useful. Moreover, even the previously outstanding genius girl, who was accepted as a disciple and personally taught by the castle lord, the first pet she hatched, is just a high-level dangerous species. If I can hatch a dragon, snake, or lizard, maybe I could become the castle master's disciple. Thinking this, I could not wait to go to the pharmacy. I spent $2.50 to buy the purple-brown root. Then I used a goose feather pen to draw the ritual array recorded in the book. After placing the pet egg in the center, I began reciting the incantation. Suddenly, the formation emitted a burst of golden light. In the air, it condensed into the shapes of dragons, snakes, and lizards. Then, like dragons returning to the sea, they all plunged into the spirit beast egg. The spirit beast egg shell instantly shattered a little. A few days, Lu Yu waited at the entrance of the training ground. She had been waiting for several days, seeing me act as if nothing happened. The trainees around thought I was going to be punished, but I told Lu Yu that I did not intentionally not show up. "Lu Yu, what's the reason? You'd better have a reasonable explanation." Upon hearing this, I turned around and smiled. "Little guy, come out." The next second, cute pet tamer climbed onto my shoulder. Everyone present was instantly stunned. This is not a Lindsay. This is a top-level dangerous species. Dragon, snake, lizard. A moment later, the fortress lord Zohe excitedly slammed the table. "It's truly a dragon, snake, and lizard. It actually hatched as a top-level dangerous species on its first try. Would you be willing to be my disciple? I did not expect this. Everything came so quickly. I immediately patted my chest. I am willing. Zoe held a banquet for me. Until the banquet ended, my sister and I were escorted home by the Lord's personal guards. After we got back home, we returned to our room. I dug out that classic tech. Turns out that the dragon serpent lizard, as a top-tier dangerous species, possesses extremely powerful energy talents. Besides the relatively common vicious assault skills, it also has dragon slumber, which allows for rapid recovery from injuries, and the racial ability shared by most lower-ranked dragon species. In Fury Dragon, and the powerful Earth Elemental destructive ability Earth Spear Sacrifice, and similarly the restoration ability of the Earth system draws on energy. The last is the extremely powerful Malevolent Breath. It has a destructive power nearly equivalent to that of a low-tier dragon's breath. The next day, I followed Joey to the training room. Zoe suggested based on my situation, you can first undergo a test of the strength of your aptitude in the 3 types of energy. Choose one to focus on training. My main force is the dark type. As he spoke, a red light suddenly flashed from the ring on Zoe's hand. This is his summoning artifact. A summoning artifact can contain enormously sized summoned creatures. They enter the internal space of the summoning artifact to hibernate. This allows them to recover their stamina more quickly. It's a special item. After all, once summoned creatures enter maturity, the size is quite massive. The Beastmasters obviously cannot control just one beast. This led to the creation of control items like bracelets, necklaces, brooches, watches, earrings, pendants, and bangles, among other styles. At the same time, a giant evil wolf leaped out of Zoe's ring. This is a primary level terror creature. It has been fully cultivated to its peak. The Crimson Evil Wolf, a high-level terrifying species, was also the main pet I used in my early years. It's perfect for testing your dragon's snake lizard. I can feel the terrifying pressure. Is this really the right fit? Zoe gave the evil wolf's head a pat. The Crimson Evil Wolf is purely evil in nature. It's a terrifying species that combines pure evil attributes with beastly ones. Suhan, bring the dragon snake lizard over here. From now on it will manage on its own. Upon hearing this, the lone dragon snake lizard trembled in fear. I could only comfort it and tell it to relax. Zoe then instructed the evil wolf to use the breath of evil to let the little guy try. Watch the time. Upon hearing this, the scarlet evil wolf let out a howl and immediately began to gather dark energy. But as soon as it formed a ball, Zoe shouted for it to stop. I was a bit confused. I looked down. Good grief. The dragon, snake, and lizard have started to learn how to gather energy. Then it took a deep breath, but when it exhaled, nothing came out. He smiled. This little one has already grasped the basics of dark energy. This purple smoke is the manifestation of malevolent breath. You've found a treasure. This dragon snake lizard has great potential. Just by observing its initial movements, it has already started to comprehend skills. Looks like there's no need to have the Crimson Savage Wolf test it. Zoe recalled the Crimson Savage Wolf into the Beast Tamer ring. The little guy finally breathed a sigh of relief. The next second, an even more terrifying beast suddenly appeared. These are the 3 top-tier horror species, Earth Beast and Yokai types. The Earth Crust Platypus. Now let it play with you for a while. The little guy got scared and clung to my leg. It looked like I was sending it to its death, so I waved my hand. Using a top-tier horror species might be a bit inappropriate. Zoe stroked his chin, pondering. Seems so. The next second, a gigantic dragon claw slammed onto the ground with a loud boom. Hot air still billowed from its terrifying maw. Zoe clenched his fists. You're right. Facing such a genius beastmaster, using a special class danger species is indeed too easy. This is one of my master's mainstays. It's the perfect combination of fire, dragon, dark, and rock types. It's also my master's only dragon type spirit beast. Stretch and move. Lava Tyrannosaurus. Seeing such a huge beast, the terrifying aura scared them so much they forgot to breathe. Right, teacher? Are dragon-type Pokemon rare? Of course they're rare. You little rascal, you're incredibly lucky. You actually managed to subdue that Dracovish? I figured it must have something to do with the ancient dragon codex. Quickly, Zoe's controlling the Lava Tyrannosaurus. He starts by exerting a bit of dragon's might to test this guy's endurance. As soon as he finished speaking, the Lava Tyrannosaurus roars at us. A wave of oppressive dragon's might instantly swept towards us. I immediately raised my hand to block, but I felt like I was completely unable to withstand it. I could be toppled at any moment under the pressure. At that moment, Zoe suddenly reached out and placed his hand on my shoulder. I only felt for an instant. The pressure was completely gone. My teacher? Just how powerful is he? At the same time, the little guy actually resisted the pressure. Zoe immediately ordered the Lava Tyrannosaurus to increase the pressure. The Lava Tyrannosaurus roared and increased its output, but Joe was surprised to find that the little guy was actually using a lower-tier dragon's power to counter the Tyrannosaurus mid-tier power. Looks like this little guy. The absorption of the special substance contained in the dragon scales is quite good. It's even possible that the trace of dragon bloodline within the scales has been successfully inherited. This is why the dragon affinity talent is so much stronger than the other 2 major talents. After the training, Zoe gave me a booklet on training techniques. After leaving the castle, I was about to pick up my older sister from work with the little one. Just then, a ferocious barking of dogs rang out, immediately followed by a girl's scream. I was instantly stunned as my sister's voice. I saw my sister Suking being cornered in an alley by 2 vicious dogs, and 3 young men were watching the scene laughing. The guy in the lead had a wicked grin on his face. If you're willing to watch the stars with me tonight, I will not let my dog play with you. Upon hearing this, I immediately grabbed a brick and smashed it hard into the dog's head. The vicious dog immediately whimpered and collapsed motionless on the ground. Then, I shouted at the young man, with the surname Ku, "Stay away from my sister." The young man, however, looked furious. "How dare you kill my Charlie? Jack? Kill him, bite him to death." Upon hearing this, another vicious dog charged straight at me. It was almost upon me. The little creature on my shoulder suddenly glared fiercely. With a flying leap, it bit into the big dog's throat. The little creature continued to bite. Seeing this, the several men were both shocked and enraged. They immediately pulled out their short knives. Shouting, they charged towards me. I immediately waved my hand and shouted angrily, "Dragon might." Suddenly, streams of dark energy appeared around the little guy. The three of them had never seen such a scene. They were all trembling in fear. Just then, 3 members of the security team walked over. "What are you guys doing?" The young man came up with an idea. "I'm familiar with the nearby security team. I'll have them detain this beast tamer for now. Once he's in the security detention room, we'll deal with him. I'll make sure he cannot use any of his tricks." As expected, the gray-haired man in front smiled at the young man and said, "Is not this Mr. What's going on here?" Upon hearing this, the young man immediately pointed at me. "This guy killed my 2 beloved dogs for no reason. Quick, arrest him and lock him up." The 2 team members immediately took out handcuffs and walked forward. "Let me surrender." I threw the brick directly in front of the 2 of them. Then I pointed at the brick and said, "The brick killed the dog. If you have a problem, talk to the brick." The 2 of them were instantly furious. "You dare to be so arrogant in public? Wait until you're in the detention room, then you'll be comfortable." At that moment, a dragon snake lizard suddenly poked its head out from behind me and let out a growl at the others. The 2 team members froze instantly. "This is beast control." Then I pulled out an identity tag. "Open your titanium alloy eyes wide. Take a good look at what this is." The 2 of them were completely terrified. Anyone with this attack can say a single word and make them disappear without a trace. The 2 of them quickly turned around, looking at the captain with panic in their eyes. The captain was also drenched in sweat at this moment. Recently, there had been a lot of rumors circulating in the upper levels of the gathering place. The master has taken in a new disciple. Could this be the rightful heir? Upon thinking of this, the captain immediately drew his sidearm. "Outrageous. Kuzangshin, how dare you conspire with others to let dogs run wild on the streets? This is utterly outrageous. Arrest him right now. Dare to resist, and you'll be shot on the spot." 2 team members immediately stepped forward and subdued him. Kuzhin was stunned. "Captain Zheng, I'm the victim." Before Kuzangshin could finish, the captain punched him right in the face. I knocked his teeth out. That's not enough. He also told his men that Kuzangshin resisted arrest, beat severely. A brutal beating. Xiaozangshin screamed in pain, while Humo came before me, fawning and flattering. "Lord Su, that idiot dared to let his dogs run wild in the district. Luckily he acted bravely." My gaze turned cold. "Since that's the case, then I'll trouble Captain to properly entertain them." Soon after, we returned to our old family home. My sister cried out in surprise. I did not expect we could come back. It feels like a dream. I handed the key to my sister. "Stop shouting. This is just the beginning. From now on, things will only get better." My sister grabbed the key. "My little Heng really made it. In the future, my sister will marry 10 husbands." I prepared feed for the dragon, snake, and lizard, but it only took 2 bites and then refused to eat anymore. You know, the formula for raising and taming beasts is good. Excellent. Extraordinary. There are 8 levels of quality, from excellent to inferior. The one given by the castle lord is a superior grade formula for evil-type young pets. For a novice beastmaster, this formula is already considered extremely precious. But why did it only eat 2 bites and then stop? Could it be a problem with the ingredients? At this time, I suddenly remembered the Dragon Codex. I immediately summoned it. According to the Dragon Codex, when dragon snakes hatch, they consume their pet eggshells. This allows them to go without food for a long time. And the dragon snake's feeding formula also emphasizes that they are quite picky eaters. They prefer live food. I smiled slightly as I listened to the explanation. So that's where the problem lies. I'll go ahead and get you a new formula. I quickly arrived at the dock. I immediately bought up all the fisherman's catch. But after following the formula in the Dragon Classic for breeding, just 5 days later, my purse emptied. But the dragon snake lizard has undergone a drastic transformation. It has already surpassed its juvenile stage. It has entered the growth phase, and with the current scale of its armor, ordinary people without firearms would probably be unable to pose any threat to the dragon snake lizard. Even if 3 or 5 strong adult men, armed with weapons, faced the current dragon snake lizard, the only result was being instantly killed. I remembered what Master Fortress Lord once said. Once the Danlongshi lizard enters its growth period, it must go to the castle to find him, but it entered its growth period in just 5 days. That's simply terrifying. Perhaps the formula in the Dragon Codex really is extraordinary or perfect grade. We must be even more cautious and not reveal this secret. My nephew was to begin training the dragon snake lizard, cultivating and mastering its skills. After waiting a full 10 days, I took the dragon snake lizard to see Master. As soon as I entered, Zoe scolded, "I have not seen you for days, you brat." "What? I've been slacking off." I could only scratch my head and awkwardly explain, These past few days, I've been focusing all my energy on cultivating the dragon serpent lizard. That's why I have not been to the castle for training. Using the formula you gave me, the dragon serpent lizard has successfully entered its growth phase. Seeing the dragon serpent lizard dozens of times larger, Zoe was stunned. It's already this fast. I pretended to look confused. More than 10 days should not be considered fast, right? Zoe directly gave him a knock on the head. Is this not your 8th senior sister, Susu, with her ice lotus seed? Took a whole month just to reach the early growth stage, and her ice lotus seed is a high-level dangerous species. It's 2 levels lower than your dragon, snake, and lizard. I secretly let out a sigh of relief. Do whatever you want. As long as you do not question this abnormal growth rate, it's fine. A moment later, Zoe, who had calmed down, finally asked, You're already familiar with using your skills, right? Do you have an enlightenment skill? Yes, the dragon serpent lizard's dragon might has reached level 1. Moreover, 2 abilities have been unlocked, dragon might intimidation and dragon might shock. The evil breath has also reached level 1. Unlocking evil breath and evil breath bullet. Zoe's completely dumbfounded. In such a short time, can you really hone your skills to this level? I hurriedly flattered. It's all thanks to the teacher's guidance. However, I was secretly relieved inside. Thankfully, I did not mention the Dragon Force Spear, or the Dragon Slumber Evil Armor I realized last night. Then, the 2 of them arrived at the training ground. Let your dragon, snake, and lizard perform well. If their performance satisfies me, I'll give you a beast control token. Saying this, Zoe directly released a thick-shelled rock bear from his ring. The rock bear let out a loud roar, startling both the person and the pet. Teacher, how many terrifying types of beasts do you have? Why are the summoned creatures always different? Zoe smiled with utmost confidence. Ha! Weak pet trainers do not have creatures of the level of the thick-armored rock bear king and the lava tyrannosaurus. Only half remember them. Alright, little guy. Show your teacher what you've got. With a wave of Zoe's hand, the thick-shelled rock bear let out an angry roar. Dawaya charged straight at me and the dragon snake lizard. The next second, the dragon snake lizard's eyes turned red. I was shocked. It actually activated dragon's might on its own. Zoe stopped, clearly satisfied. Next, try attacking it with your malice breath. I immediately ordered the dragon snake lizard to attack with a malice breath malice bolt. A massive malice energy gathered in its mouth. After charging, the dragon snake lizard fired the malice bolt at the rock bear. But this malicious thought bullet is like a bubble. It hit the rock bear without leaving a single mark. Kid, have not you eaten? Want a few more to scratch bear king's itch? I smiled. Dragon snake lizard, fire the malicious thought bullets in a continuous barrage. The next second, the dragon snake and lizard each spit out several malicious thought bullets in succession. Each one lands in the same spot. After the final one lands, the rock bear actually has a gap punched through it. Seeing the rock bear in pain, Zoe was both shocked and delighted. Good boy, you've learned to use the evil thought bullet technique so quickly. Utilizing the adhesive properties of evil energy, you're using consecutive evil thought bullets in a rapid-fire barrage, and your accuracy and speed are both quite good. I scratched my head and smiled sheepishly. Zoe did not waste. He directly pulled out a ring. This seal ring is yours now. Although it does not have as many slots for the seal as mine, it has. In the future, it will be enough for you to house 5 beasts. If your beasts are willing to squeeze a little, it can even fit 10. Next, I have decided to assign you to the northern defense line. There are often opportunities to fight dangerous species there. I see. Outside the high walls of the entire Black Lamp settlement, there are also 4 defensive lines surrounding the entire settlement. Each defensive line is made up of solid fortresses and beastmasters, along with powerful firearms and soldiers. Among them, the southern and northern defensive lines are the most dangerous. I fight dangerous species almost every day. The materials related to dangerous creatures in the city are mostly the results of hunts from the 4 major defense lines. In the past 3 days, I have advanced next month's handler's allowance, a total of 250,000 steel coins. More than half of it was exchanged for dragon, serpent, and lizard ingredients, and I spent a full 3 days on it. All of it has been made into long-lasting ration food. Under the arrangement of the Outer Fortress Military Command, I will be heading to the North Section No. 7 outposts to serve as a team member. Near defense line, I watch the displaced farmers. The 4 defense lines of this gathering place are largely established for the plantations in this wilderness. After all, the land area within the settlement is limited. The amount of food produced cannot satisfy the consumption of the 50,000 to 60,000 people in the settlement, and the work on the plantations outside the city is second only to joining the search teams in danger. It is also a dangerous industry that the residents of the settlement are desperately trying to escape from. After you send me the location, the chief of staff bid farewell and left. 2 soldiers on the city wall were stunned by this scene. The newcomer was actually personally brought by the chief of staff. No kidding. I heard he's a beast master. Did you see the provisions in the cart? They are for beast tamers. The 2 suddenly realized, why are we still standing here? Hurry up and help. The next second, whoosh, the 2 arrived before me at top speed. Each of them presented several bags of rations, smiling. Lord Su, how could you do such a menial task yourself? Let us handle it. Northern Section Checkpoint 7. As one of the 29 outposts on the northern defense line, it was once reduced to ruins over a decade ago by a terrifying species. This will be where Su Heng fights for some time to come. As night, Huang Wen brings Su Heng a bowl of noodles. Su Heng quickly joins the veterans, laughing and chatting with them. Seeing them kill countless dangerous species with just their firearms, Su-heng could not help but feel some admiration. Suddenly a young soldier proposed, wanting to witness Su-heng's beast taming. However, Huang Wen quickly stopped him after hearing this. Do not you understand the proper way to speak? Beast taming is not something you can casually do. But before he could finish his sentence, Su-heng summoned a dragon, snake, and lizard from his beast control seal. Everyone was shocked when they saw this. Suji, your first spirit beast is a top-tier danger species. That's incredible. However, the dragon serpent lizard was somewhat angered by this. It immediately unleashed its dragon might upon him. But seeing this, Su-heng quickly stopped it. Do not use your skills on your own people. That's impolite. However, everyone who saw that scene just now immediately burst into laughter. Night fell. Su-heng came to his room and began to cultivate the mind-tempering method. Following his teacher's notes and techniques, his mind gradually merged with his surroundings. But just then, the alarm on the sentry post suddenly sounded. In this age of ancient beast taming, all men must hatch an egg before the age of 18, otherwise he will lose his right to procreate. But on the last day of the 3-year deadline, finally hatched a top-tier dragon serpent lizard, and now it's facing its first battle. Just now the camp alarm suddenly sounded. Su-heng immediately awoke from his spiritual cultivation. He followed the veteran to the city wall. At this moment, countless scythe-clad soldiers were charging toward the territory. Noticing the crisis, the captain quickly gathered the soldiers to prepare for battle. 3 fully matured regular mantises were assigned to the firearms. Among them, the adult manicore leader was given to Su-heng to deal with. Tasks assigned. Battle imminent. But facing the human soldiers' firearms, the invading scythe armors used their perceptive abilities to prepare armor plating to deflect bullets. However, facing such overwhelming firepower, this was destined to be a one-sided massacre. Under the continuous fire of the machine gun, the Mantis' defenses were quickly shattered, and the human sniper had been waiting for a long time. The Mantis, having lost its armor, was killed with one shot. Su-heng was shocked by this scene. Although these soldiers were not beast masters, they had honed their powerful combat abilities through countless battles. Under the soldiers' coordinated efforts, the 3 young Mantises were quickly eliminated. However, seeing the situation turn unfavorable, the Mantis leader began to flee. Such readily available beast-controlling materials could not be missed. Su-heng, following the captain, pursued in an armored vehicle, a 3,700-degree stylish drift. The armored vehicle stopped in front of the Mantis leader, but Su-heng got out of the vehicle alone. He intended to use this opportunity to test the combat capabilities of the dragon snake lizard. With a command given, the dragon snake lizard charged forward from its harness. However, in its armored state, it absorbed most of the impact. The Mantis was not too badly injured. Su-heng continued to give orders. The dragon snake lizard used evil breath of the endless malice. In the next second, countless evil energy particles turned into bullets, constantly striking the Mantis' exoskeleton. But the Mantis was tough with its thick skin. Even so, after waves of passive beatings, it was still pierced through the body by the dragon snake lizard's earth spear. Seeing this violent and intense scene, the 2 veterans in the vehicle were instantly stunned. Back at the camp, they vividly described this impressive moment to the other soldiers. Now even the captain began to admire Su-heng. After all, he is a real combat-capable beastmaster. Unlike those previous gilded apprentice beastmasters, they were all showy moves with no substance. However, just then, a soldier suddenly came to report. The convoy from the command post is heading towards outpost No. 7. The captain found it quite strange. According to the usual routine, every time military supplies are counted, they usually do not get their turn until noon. But why did they come so early today? Suddenly Su-heng had a guess in his mind. Could it be him? A moment later, a man with sunglasses and a middle-part hairstyle got out of the car. He was none other than Lu Ling, the commander of the northern front line. The captain led the soldiers and saluted. However, Lu Ling bypassed the team directly. Instead, he came before Su-heng. Su-heng nervously called out, "Report, Commander." Lu Ling's face immediately darkened upon hearing this. Say it again. Then he immediately changed his address. Su-heng is met third senior brother. The next second, Lu Ling's expression immediately became as amiable as Ji Kekin's. It turned out that he was the 3rd disciple of City Lord Zhou. In other words, he was Su-heng's senior brother. After hearing the news from the staff department, he specifically came to visit his junior brother. The 2 veteran soldiers were immediately stunned. They never expected that Su-heng was actually the City Lord's personal disciple. At the same time, he also breathed a sigh of relief. Luckily, nothing major had gone wrong during this time, but Lu Ling waved his hand, signaling them to leave. It turns out that the teacher had specifically assigned him a task. He was asked to find time to check on Su-heng's progress. However, when Su-heng released his dragon snake lizard, it immediately startled Lu Ling. Damn, junior brother. Did not the teacher say that your dragon snake lizard has not hatched for a month yet? Less than a month? How could it possibly grow to this extent in just 1 month? Su-heng immediately feigned ignorance. A month is not a short time, though. Is there a problem, senior brother? Lu Ling could not help but twitch the corner of his mouth. No, nothing. Back then, your senior brother's was bigger than yours. Although he said it was fine, he was already green with envy. Junior brother, as per master's instructions, I need to test the combat capabilities of the dragon serpent lizard. It just so happens that senior brother also has a dragon-type spirit beast. Let him play with this little guy. Is effort worthless in the face of talent? A man spent 5 days hatching a divine dragon from an egg, breaking a 500-year record in the wasteland, crushing 200% of ordinary people. because everyone who saw him ended up breaking down. Now a month has passed. He has already challenged senior brother Yan, who has long been famous, and this is his first real battle. Third senior brother Luling sent out the only dragon-type pet tamer of the second division. The rhinoceros dragon is a dangerous species with dual element traits of earthworm and dragon. Like the dragon snake lizard, it is one of the top-level dangerous species. But after 2.5 years of cultivation, the rhinoceros dragon has grown to the level of a super dangerous species. And this is just one of my main forces, by the way. Su Heng was somewhat speechless. Did you learn your arrogance from the teacher? However, facing the enormous creature in front of him, Su Heng and the dragon serpent lizard could not help but gasp. The little one looked at Su Heng with a face full of grievance. It seemed to be questioning him. I'm just a 1-month-old baby. How could you be so cruel to me? Su Heng comforted it by stroking its head. Senior brother, take it easy. Do not crush my dragon serpent lizard. Luling looked puzzled upon hearing this. I had not thought of that until you mentioned it. Do not worry, junior brother. Rhinoceros Earth Dragon knows its limits. It would not bully or hurt this little guy. Su Heng breathed a sigh of relief after hearing that. Then let's unleash it, senior brother. Luling did not stand on ceremony. Trample to death Rhinoceros Dragon. With the master's command, the Rhinoceros Dragon immediately performed a stomp. The ground within a 10-meter radius instantly collapsed. Su Heng quickly retreated to avoid the attack. Meanwhile, Luling, relying on his strong spiritual power, hovered in midair and dodged the strike. Seeing this, Su Heng immediately ordered the dragon snake lizard to take him into the air. It then landed on the safety of the city walls. Immediately after, the dragon snake lizard returned to the battlefield and continuously used its evil breath. However, for the Rhinoceros Earth Dragon, which is known for its defense, it was like a mirage. Su Heng knew very well that the only way for the dragon snake lizard to defeat the Rhinoceros Earth Dragon now was to... And what he needed to do now? It shows the growth of the dragon snake lizard. It's a way to report back to its teacher. Facing the weakened Rhinoceros Dragon, the dragon snake lizard uses its self-encased high-speed movement. It keeps dodging and shifting, attacking from all angles. It gathers the surrounding dark energy. Then a laser hits the Rhinoceros Dragon's back. It successfully removes a layer of skin from the dragon. Singh saw that. He immediately ordered the dragon snake lizard to use its earth power to recover. However, the Earth-type Rhinoceros Earth Dragon also possesses this racial ability. Taking advantage of the fact that the Rhinoceros Earth Dragon was still in recovery, the dragon snake lizard, showing no honor, was the first to launch an Earth Spear attack. However, this move had little effect. Instead, it only angered the Rhinoceros Dragon. It immediately stomped the ground. The dragon snake lizard was instantly blasted away. Seeing the scene, Luling could not help but laugh out loud. Not bad, junior brother. Good strategy. Too bad my Rhinoceros Dragon is at the 9th level of enlightenment. Breaking through your Earth Spear ritual is too easy. Su Heng soothed the injured Longshi lizard. While expressing his displeasure, Luling smiled awkwardly. Although Shiki used his strength to bully the weak, I've already understood the Longshi lizard's abilities. They're quite good. I believe the teacher will be very satisfied. After the two turned around, the Rhinoceros Dragon acted like an older brother, gently patting the dragon snake lizard to show encouragement. Shortly after Luling left Post 7, it entered the channel. There were no heating facilities at the post. The soldiers could only rely on sleeping bags to keep warm. Just then the alarm sounded again. The soldier on night watch told everyone that Post 3 had called. Plantation 25 is invaded by a group of dangerous species. The captain quickly leads everyone to provide support. At 4 o'clock in the morning, they arrive at the assembly point. Under the command of the headquarters, all vehicles are arranged in a wedge formation. The 2 armored vehicles with the strongest firepower serve as the tip of the spear. According to superior instructions, the invaders are a pack of venomous corrupted wolves, and they need to quickly eliminate the threat and rescue the trapped personnel. Facing these beasts, the 2 armored vehicles recklessly unleash their firepower. Using these powerful weapons, the battle immediately turned into one-sided slaughter. However, just then, an unexpected event occurred. With the leader of the poison wolves issuing a command, tens of thousands of poison wolves began to scatter. Su Heng immediately sensed something was wrong. My pet was about to face its first life-or-death duel, and the opponent was the highest evolutionary form of the toxic wolf, the ultra-toxic wolf leader. Just now, with the leader's signal, tens of thousands of toxic wolves began to organize and charge toward the army. Su Heng immediately realized something was wrong. He deduced from the roar he just heard that the wolf pack might have evolved an ultimate leader. Sure enough, under the leader's command, the wolf pack began to spread out a certain distance, which greatly reduced the damage caused by human firearms. Su Heng's expression gradually became serious. With the command of this vicious and cruel leader, humanity's advantage is constantly decreasing. However, in the next moment, the leader of the poisoned wolf pack's eyes emitted a crimson glow. Then it activated its innate skill wolf smoke. In an instant, countless black fumes burst out from its mouth. The battlefield was instantly shrouded in smoke. The soldier's vision was completely obstructed by the poisonous smoke. Headquarters immediately ordered the activation of infrared aiming. Everyone stay alert, avoid friendly fire. Su Heng knew this would not be that simple. He immediately ordered the driver to reverse. A huge dark shadow appeared before everyone, smashed an armored vehicle with one paw. Before the soldiers inside could react, the vehicle was immediately overturned. Immediately, several young wolves surrounded them. Su Heng recognized this as a companion shadow wolf. It was a special ability of the toxic corruption leader. This also meant that everyone would have to face 2 leaders. Just as the words were spoken, it happened quickly. The companion shadow wolf had already charged forward. With its powerful impact, The glass on the vehicle was instantly shattered. Even the vehicle was knocked several meters away. The captain reacted quickly. He immediately picked up the machine gun and fired wildly. In less than a second, Ying Lang used his powerful jump to instantly leap above the vehicle. Then, with one move, he ripped off the vehicle's roof. Su Heng was immediately startled. At this critical moment, he immediately summoned the Dragon Serpent Lizard and ordered the Dragon Serpent Lizard to unleash its dragon might. The Shadow Wolf was instantly intimidated by this dragon might. Seizing this opportunity, the Dragon Serpent Lizard immediately launched a series of malevolent breaths. Countless shadow orbs like cannonballs struck the Shadow Wolf's head. This strike had outstanding results. The Shadow Wolf's head was completely blown to pieces. To reduce soldier casualties, Su Heng requested permission from command to eliminate the Poison Wolf leader. Having witnessed the previous scene, the commander immediately granted his request. Moments later, Su Heng spotted the Poison Wolf leader. To save this soldier, Su Heng immediately commanded the Dragon Serpent Lizard to use a vicious assault and charge. Relying on its speed advantage, the Poison Wolf leader had not reacted yet. When it was knocked flying by the Dragon Serpent Lizard, this attack completely enraged the opponent. The Poison Wolf's eyes gradually turned crimson and bloodthirsty. The rescued soldiers did not notice the danger behind them. Seeing this, Su Heng hurriedly shouted, "Run, hurry." But before he finished speaking, the soldier was pierced through the body by a claw. Seeing this, Su Heng's inner rage ignited. "Damn beast!" Longshi Lizard used Earth Spear Sacrifice. With a command, the Dragon Snake Lizard planted its 2 feet on the ground. Instantly 2 Earth Spikes shot up from the ground, but Duan also instantly used the skill Shadow Assault. Thanks to the speed boost from its innate skill, successfully dodged the Dragon Snake Lizard's Earth Spear Sacrifice. However, Su Heng saw Du Lang exiting the convoy's range, immediately calling on his teammates to suppress it with fire. With the continuous firing of 2 tongues of flame, the venomous and ruthless movement is immediately blocked. The Dragon Snake Lizard seizes the perfect opportunity. It sinks its teeth into the opponent's neck. It then activates Dragon Might once again. Feeling the suppression from the bloodline, the venomous wolf suddenly freezes in place. The Dragon Snake Lizard takes the opportunity to gather nearby evil attribute energy. It then delivers a fatal blow, successfully killing the venomous wolf. Only the battle was won. Su Heng, however, felt a bit down. Seeing this, the captain quickly comforted him. "If it were not for you, the casualties this time would have been at least several times higher. This scars from my first support mission. That battle claimed over 500 lives. The first-class dangerous species are in Wal Vedra. His fist smashed an armored vehicle. The members in the car were all smashed into pulp. In the end, it was Lord Cao, the then commander of the Northern Front, who took action. He's your senior brother, Sujish." Only then did he successfully kill that beast. He handed Su Heng a jug of wine. At this moment, Su Heng no longer blamed himself. He also understood, only by constantly growing stronger. Only then can I protect the people around me in this chaotic world. Protect those around me. Over the next month, Su Heng followed the methods in the Golden Dragon Codex to conduct special training for the Dragon Serpent Lizard. And the Dragon Serpent Lizard is about to undergo its 2nd evolution. My spirit pet is finally undergoing its 2nd evolution. As usual, it was originally an unremarkable scaled lizard. However, I evolved it into the top-tier Dragon Snake Lizard. After a month of special training, the Dragon Snake Lizard finally reached its 2nd evolution. Now after the evolution, not only has its size increased by dozens of times, but its mastery over energy has also become stronger. Overall, its strength has improved several levels. But just then, the number 7 sentry post has welcomed a familiar guest. I saw third brother Lu Ling riding on a super dangerous species shot motion sorcerer. Su Heng immediately felt extremely envious. I wonder if my Dragon Snake Lizard has any riding abilities. But the next moment Lu Ling rushed over. "Not bad. I heard you made a great contribution in the last support battle. As expected of my junior apprentice Lu Ling, just like last time, Lu Ling came here with the teacher's request to check Su Heng's progress. Right, junior apprentice? Quickly release your Dragon Snake Lizard so I can train it." Upon hearing this, Su Heng scratched his head. "Since it's my senior's request, come out Dragon Snake Lizard." With a flash of purple light, the Dragon Snake Lizard appeared before everyone. However, upon seeing its current size, Lu Ling was immediately stunned. "Holy crap, junior brother. I'm just saying, how did Dragon Snake Lizard grow so fast? It's only been a month, and you've changed so much." Su Heng chose to keep playing dumb. Maybe each beast tamer has a different constitution. Maybe my little lizard absorbs it better. Lu Ling was petrified on the spot. Listen, this even human? At this moment, he was struck so hard that he felt hopeless. "Put away your Dragon Snake Lizard. No need for testing." Following the teacher's instructions, once the Dragon Serpent Lizard grows to its mid-stage, your Northern Line training is declared over. After bidding farewell to his reluctant comrades, Su Heng returned to Blacklight City. The next day, inside the Blacklight Gatherings training room, City Lord Zhou He Steward conducted a series of tests on Su Heng. The results are satisfactory. Su Heng was able to endure 2.5 minutes under my bombardment. This shows he has not been slacking off these past few months. Congratulations, as City Lord, you have a good disciple. Zhou He was very happy to hear this. He was more confident about Su Heng's future arrangements. Su Heng was a bit puzzled after hearing this. "Are we going to more remote outpost? Master plans to have you participate in the Six Lands Duel Tournament a month from now." The Six Lands Duel Tournament. It's a competition held annually by the 6 major settlements. Its purpose: compete for spots to enter the Blood Forest Relic. Is one of the oldest relics. The Blood Forest Relic's outer perimeter is sealed off by an energy barrier. Within the relic resides an extremely terrifying creature. Back then, the 6 major settlements joined forces to force it to reach an agreement with us. It promised to allow 3 human beastmasters into the secret realm each year. Although only the outer ruins are open for human exploration, it's still very valuable for a newcomer like you. Su-heng was somewhat excited upon hearing this, determined to compete for a spot. He was determined to secure a place. He heard that the teacher was about to assign him to undergo special training in Grizzly Bear Forest. Su-heng was immediately startled. Grizzly Bear Forest? It turns out that south of the Blacklight Gathering Place, in the vast wilderness, there is a large dark forest. It is home to an astonishingly large bear population, which is why it's called Grizzly Bear Forest, because there are many incredibly powerful evolved bears in the bear pack. It can be considered one of the famous dead zones. Su-heng's mind went blank at this moment. Old teacher, is not my action in a dead zone? But Joey cryptically told Su-heng, you'll find out then. Back home. At this point Su-heng was completely broke. But to ensure the growth speed of the dragon, serpent, and lizard, the food supply absolutely cannot be lacking. It seems like it's time to find a way to make money. In fact, there are many ways for a beast master to make money. A healing type beast master can earn money by treating people. A plant type beast master can increase crop yields in farms, thus earning a considerable reward. Even water type and electric type pep trainers can work at power stations, but these ways of making money are too slow. Perhaps with the help of the Golden Dragon Codex, there might be a more efficient way to earn money. The man turns urine into a potion. The rich lady boss offers 1 million. She even says it smells great. It turns out that ever since the dragon serpent lizard evolved, he's been eating the equivalent of 100 adult portions of food every meal. Su-heng's wallet was quickly emptied. To earn money to buy food for the dragon serpent lizard, Su-heng came to the underground black market of Blacklight City. He originally planned to find a bargain using the Golden Dragon Codex, but after searching for hours he found nothing. However, at that moment, the vendor at the booth shouted, "Look, we buy black tar at high prices long term." Su-heng seemed to have spotted a business opportunity. He approached the booth and asked the vendor, "Do you really buy black tar?" The vendor's eyes immediately lit up upon hearing this. "That's right, we buy it at a high price." "What's up, little brother? Do you have any?" Su-heng certainly does not have that thing. "I just wanted to ask what you're buying this stuff for." The bald boss immediately got angry. "You do not have it, and you dare to make fun of me. What's a you? Get out of here, do not interfere with my business." But Su-heng saw from the accidentally dropped documents that black viscous substance costs 83 steel francs per milliliter, so 1 liter is 83,000 steel grams. Although this thing is rare, it's a lucrative business opportunity for Su-heng. According to the Golden Dragon Codex, the mucus from the black octopus and the resin from the black oak tree, mixed at a ratio of 1:2, refined at high temperature for 75 minutes, can produce black viscous fat. However, the natural black viscous tree is extinct. However, the Dragon Canon also records another method, that is using human urine mixed with petroleum as a substitute. After preparing the materials and tools, Su-heng used the dragon snake lizard as labor. The fire in the furnace blazed up instantly. After about 75 minutes, Su-heng estimated that this pot would have at least 15 lighters. It could probably sell for 1 million steel krek. However, this is not the end. There is an organization in the Blacklight Gathering area with a very special status, specializes in studying dangerous creatures and anomalous energy phenomena. Su-heng speculated, this organization should be the one behind the large-scale acquisition of black tar. Although this reselling could bring in a big profit, artificially cultivating black tar trees is not only rare, and its growth is extremely slow. If so much black viscous fat enters the market at once, it will surely attract the attention of those with ulterior motives. To protect the secret of the Golden Dragon Classic, Su-heng planned to find a store that could handle the goods, sell them at a discounted price, and then quickly leave. He soon locked on a Zibio and walked into this Hongfa trading company. He poured all the black viscous fat out in one go. 15 liters, 1 million steel grams. Can you eat all of this? The boss immediately broke out in a cold sweat when he saw this. We can eat it. But where did you get so much? Upon hearing this, Su-heng immediately pulled out a dagger and threatened, "Do not ask what you should not ask." Under Su-heng's innocent expression, the transaction quickly ended. However, Su-heng was very cautious. He decided to wait until the commotion passed before using the money. And now, he planned to meet with his teammates who had participated in the special training. However, on the other side inside the castle, several teammates were discussing Su-heng. The man with 100 shots is named Juk Sun. He believes that Su-heng only gained the Lord's favor because of luck, and this blonde guy is named Lu Chong. He's very displeased with Su-heng becoming the team leader. Rina is leaning against the pillar. She also looks down on Su-heng. Only Lin Yuxin's attitude is different. Are you all daring to question the Lord's decision? Do not even mention it. Even your teachers would not dare defy the city Lord. Besides, their first hatchlings are top-tier dragon serpent lizards. Those of us present here cannot even produce a single high-level dangerous species. Is not that enough to show the difference? Huang Mao and Lu Chong were very unhappy after hearing this. He about to retort, but at that moment, Su-heng opened the door and walked in. The man's first hatchling was the top-tier dragon snake lizard, but the guy with the yellow hair called it trash. However, Su-heng only needed one word. It completely broke him down. It turns out that as soon as Su-heng entered the hall, he heard his teammate speaking to him sarcastically. "Yo-ho, is not this our genius captain? Yeah, only a captain who controls pets, huh?" Su-heng remained silent after hearing this. At this moment, he also realized that the atmosphere was a bit off. Luckily, Lin Yuxin stepped in to defuse the situation, and Su-heng was quite happy to make her acquaintance. But just then, another harsh sound came. "You're really something. You became a beast master in just 2 months?" and your first beast is a dragon snake lizard, a top-level dangerous species. Su Heng sneered upon hearing this. It's indeed a little more impressive than yours. Lu Chong, of course, was not convinced. Then I'll see just how powerful you are. Red phosphorus beast come out. How about that? Scare are you? Su Heng observed for a moment, then showed a look of disdain. Your summoned beast does not seem to be a top-tier dangerous species. No way. You would not have. Lu Chong, furious, was about to attack, but he was stopped by Lena beside him. This is a gathering arranged by the city lord. Lu Chong, think about the consequences. Then with a disgruntled expression, he put away his summoned beast. A month later, the duel. Just wait and see how I crush you. Su Heng had an indifferent look on his face. He just enjoyed watching others lose their composure. They could not do anything to him. With the help of the Golden Dragon Codex, the strength of the dragon, snake, and lizard was growing day by day. If they really encountered the gate in the finals, he would not mind giving them a hard slap in the face. According to the teacher's plan, I'm going to Grizzly Forest for special training tomorrow, and that unruly teammate, that little brat, must be a test the teacher left for me. I'll use this special training to become a legitimate captain. The next morning, the heavily armed honor guard arrived at Su Heng's home. The captain took out a map. This time the convoy's destination is Lighting Town, located on the edge of Black Bear Forest. Although the straight line distance is only 150 kilometers, the road is winding. It will take about 2 days to arrive. After explaining the situation clearly to Su Heng, the convoy officially set off. Along the way, they will pass through many small settlements. Night fell. They planned to rest in the town of Chanam. As his master, Su Heng received a grand welcome in the town. After his room was arranged, it was also dinner time. He released the dragon serpent lizard. Under the shocked gaze of the guards, Longshaxi swallowed over 100 boxed lunches in one gulp. Then he looked at the two of them with disdain. A moment later, they invited Su Heng to have a couple of drinks at the bar, but Su Heng planned to find a guide to wander around the town. Just then, a little girl carrying something walked in. Mr. Su, are you looking for a guide? Su Heng and the others looked surprised. Lena quickly explained, Excuse sir, I did not mean to eavesdrop on your conversation. My grandfather asked me to deliver some local specialties. Su Heng responded kindly. Then thank you for your trouble. Under Lena's guide, Su Heng learned a lot about the customs and culture of Chanam. The houses here are all located on the hillside of Chanam Mountain. Further up there is a small castle. That is where the Chanam Town Hall is located. In addition, Chanam also has an arena, and today there happens to be a special beast fight. Su Heng's eyes immediately lit up. It turns out that the local town militia often captures wild animals, and the arena uses these animals for gladiatorial fights. They host events to attract spectators. Today someone happened to offer a special wild animal never seen before. That animal will fight a full-grown tiger. Su Heng was quite interested in this. He went to the ticket booth at the arena. The ticket lady jokingly said, Has little Lena gotten a boyfriend? Whose handsome guy is this? Lena immediately blushed. Ballarat talking nonsense. She then angrily pulled Su Heng inside. As the granddaughter of the town mayor, Lena was very popular. Many people invited Lena to take the seat next to them. Even the owner of the Colosseum came out to greet her. A rare guest. What brings you here today, Uncle Rad? But Lena with a proud look replied, Uncle Rad, I am here with this distinguished guest. You'd better arrange the best seats for us. Otherwise I'll tell Grandpa. It was at this moment that Rad suddenly noticed the tamer's ring on Su Heng's hand. His attitude immediately became respectful. A moment later, with the blowing of the horn, the beast battle was about to begin. The first to appear was a wild tiger over 3 meters long. Hearing the tiger's roar, the atmosphere instantly ignited. Even Lena excitedly raised her little hand. But when it was another beast's turn, the staff threw out a small cage. The iron cage opened with a clang. A dizzy little creature climbed out. The tiger with bloodshot eyes can be seen. It was immediately scared and jumped several meters away. Seeing this hilarious scene, the audience on site could not help but laugh, but only Su Heng had a serious expression. Could this be that kind of thing? The man simply waved his hand, but it scared the tiger demon so much that its fur stood on end. To survive, it even threw away its dignity, kneeling and begging for mercy. It turns out that Su Heng followed Lena to the arena, but he unexpectedly discovered a legendary mythical beast. According to the Dragon Chronicles, there are 4 types of creatures recognized as extraordinarily powerful. They are collectively known as the 4 divine systems. They are the mysterious, magical, miraculous, and divine adaptation systems. Su Heng was certain that this little creature with a golden mark on its head was a mystery-type species, a treasure-hunting beast. Although it was almost entirely non-aggressive, it possessed an extremely rare treasure-hunting ability. Generally, they only appear in large-scale ruins. To encounter such a fortuitous event here was something Su Heng certainly would not miss. Led by, he found Rad, the owner of the arena. However, when Su Heng offered to buy the little creature, he was refused by Rad. Because of the arena's rules, the fight cannot be stopped unless one side loses its fighting ability. Lena put her arm around Rad and said coquettishly, Uncle Rad. Carrot remained unmoved. After all, his ancestors had never broken this rule. In order to preserve the rule, Su Heng immediately proposed another solution. Rad was taken back upon hearing this. Lord Su, are you really going to do this? A moment later, an announcement echoed through the arena. Due to special circumstances, the beast fight will be terminated. The audience in the stands erupted. They shouted, refund. But then Rad announced that he would not only refund the ticket price threefold, but also that the Colosseum would be giving everyone a spectacular match today. The next moment, Su Heng walked out along the spotlight. Seeing the scene, the audience immediately became excited. Everyone thought this would be a duel between humans. But when they saw Su Heng, the wild tiger pounced quickly. A mother seeing this immediately covered her son's eyes. Lena's heart also leapt to her throat, but at that moment Su Heng waved his right hand, instantly summoning the dragon serpent lizard from the ring. Feeling the suppression from the depths of its bloodline, the tiger trembled and began a retreat. The atmosphere on the scene was also reignited by the dragon serpent lizard's appearance. Once again, Rat was shocked by this. To be able to control a top-tier dangerous species at such a young age. It's a good thing I was polite to him earlier. It seems Lena got lucky this time. At this moment in the arena, with Su Heng's command, the dragons, snakes, lizards, and birds unleashed their dragon might. Feeling this overwhelming pressure that stifled the tiger's spirit, the tiger immediately threw away its dignity and began to kneel and beg for mercy. But Su Heng did not take it seriously at all. At this moment, he focused his attention on the treasure-hunting beast. He wanted to test its abilities. Su Heng ordered the dragon serpent lizard to charge with a vicious assault. Seeing this terrifying scene, the treasure-hunting beast instantly burst forth with astonishing speed. To push it to its limits, he urged the dragon serpent lizard to accelerate. Soon the dragon serpent lizard caught up with the treasure-hunting beast. It knocked the opponent down with one kick. Then, following Su Heng's instructions, the dragon serpent lizard launched Dragon Might Stage 2 Shockwave. Immediately, the surrounding evil attribute energy continuously gathered, forming a tornado above the arena. Everyone present was shocked by this power. The treasure beast was even more frightened, its body stiff and immobile. Then the dragon serpent lizard lifted it to Su Heng. The treasure-seeking beast looked like it had been sentenced to death. After the battle, it came to the arena office to complete the transaction with Rat. From Rat he learned that the little guy had been caught by the tavern owner for repeatedly stealing alcohol. That's why it was set up as bait. It was then sold to him. Su Heng was speechless after hearing this. I cannot believe I was stupid enough to get drunk. After returning home, to thank Lena for her help, he promised to bring her something interesting next time he came. But when he got back to his room, the treasure-hunting beast acted as if it had seen a ghost, crying and making a fuss nonstop. He immediately got angry. You keep crying, I'll throw you back into the arena. The little guy immediately calmed down at these words. Looking at its aggrieved expression, he reached out and poked its cheek. The Golden Dragon Codex does not mention what this little guy likes to eat, but he immediately thought of a solution. Forget it. How about we starve it for a few days first? By then, when it's hungry, it'll eat whatever we give it. But just then, his control collar automatically emitted purple light. I finally tamed my second beast, and it's one of the legendary 4 divine beasts, a mysterious species treasure-seeking beast. Just now, Su Heng's ring emitted a purple glow. It was only then that he realized it was time for the dragon serpent lizard's dinner. He then poured the pre-prepared food into a bowl. Upon seeing this, the treasure-hunting beast immediately drooled. It had originally thought the food was prepared for it, but in the next moment, Su Heng summoned the dragon serpent lizard. Seeing the dragon serpent lizard enjoying its meal with satisfaction, the treasure-seeking beast seemed to be struck by lightning. At this moment, Su Heng also noticed something was off with the treasure-seeking beast. Seeing it pitifully wiping its tears, do you want to eat too? Upon hearing this, the treasure-seeking beast immediately nodded. Then under the confused gaze of the dragon snake lizard, the treasure-seeking beast happily started munching. The dragon snake lizard was immediately baffled. Is not this food prepared for me? The treasure-seeking beast looked at Su Heng with an expectant expression after finishing the food. It indicated that it wanted more. I did not expect it to like the food meant for the dragon snake lizard. The issue of the treasure-seeking beast's food was quickly resolved. However, when he turned around, he found that the entire bowl of food had already been finished by the jealous dragon snake lizard. Su Heng was somewhat speechless. Dragon, snake, and lizard, if you really cannot handle it, just eat less. Save some for the treasure beast too. Dragon immediately got angry. Do you hear yourself? Is this even human language? Su Heng knocked on its head. As the big brother, you need to act like it. The next morning, Su Heng and Lena bid farewell. He continued on towards Rivet Town, but upon entering the town, he felt a strong industrial atmosphere. Even the air was filled with the smell of coal. Arriving at the town's central council, Su Heng learned the town's secret. It turned out that Rivet Town, with its thousands of residents and a guard of over 100, it's actually a vassal of the Blacklight Gathering. It mainly provides metal and crops, but the mines in town are located in Grizzly Forest. It's a no-man's land. For ordinary people to mine there is undoubtedly a fantasy. But what shocked Su Heng was, to be precise, it should be the teacher's territory for taming beasts. Through this leader, he commands the entire bear pack. He let out a deep sigh. The teacher's strength is far more terrifying than he had imagined. Night fell, but Su Heng was troubled by something. The treasure-hunting beast is the most tempting lure for every beast tamer. Yet when he wanted to tame it, forget it, let's eat first. We'll talk after we're done eating. As soon as the word eat is heard, the dragon, snake, and lizard instantly wake up from their sleep. To establish a mental bond with the treasure-seeking beast, Su Heng decided to stay in Rivet Town for 3 days. However, this was not as easy as it seemed. Every time he tried to establish a mental bond with it, they are all repelled by the treasure beast's consciousness. Even after going through the ancient Dragon Codex, no relevant records were found. Generally speaking, there are 2 quick methods for a beast master to tame a pet. One is for a powerful beast master to tame a low-tier beast. The other is when the pet itself voluntarily agrees to be tamed by the beast master. But after trying hundreds of times, it was unsuccessful. Su Heng was already getting impatient, so he threatened, if you do not become my pet, I'll feed you to the dragon snake lizard. Got it. The treasure-seeking beast still refused to obey. There was no way to force it, so he decided to try a softer approach. So Suheng racked his brain, taking the treasure-seeking beast to eat various delicacies every day. He even told it bedtime stories every night. Of course, painting a rosy picture was essential. He promised to give it mountains of treasure in the future. After a round of sweet talk, the treasure-hunting beast regarded Suheng as an angel. It could not wait for him to take it away. But Suheng was a bit of a scoundrel. To increase the little guy's dependence on him, he makes the dragon snake lizard train the treasure-hunting beast every day. In the end, at a critical moment, Suheng appears in the form of an angel to stop the dragon snake lizard's violence. With a scowling expression on the dragon snake lizard's face, he rescues the treasure-hunting beast from its claws. This directly boosts the little one's trust in him. From then on, Suheng's plan was perfectly executed. He led by the treasure-hunting beast. Suheng actually found the legendary deformation divine stone that allows pets to evolve into extremely monstrous dragon species. This is newest toilet from ancient times. Everyone thought it was just an ordinary toilet, but Suheng stared at it with shining eyes, then offered 10,000 to buy it. Everyone secretly curses him as a fool, but they have no idea that this is a toilet made from the leftover 5-colored divine stones used by Nu to mend the sky. Even in this ancient era of beast taming, it still possesses the power to evolve a piece of wood into a supreme divine dragon. It turns out that ever since Suheng captured the treasure-seeking beast, this little rascal promised to find treasure for him, but the whole morning, he was either chasing butterflies or chasing little dogs. Suheng was instantly exasperated. You little lecherous brat in your juvenile stage. He had no choice but to use his ultimate move again. If I find out you're useless, I'll feed you to the dragons, snakes, and lizards, okay? The treasure-seeking beast immediately activated its treasure-hunting skill upon hearing this. It then pointed to a specific location. Suheng was immediately delighted upon seeing this, but when he turned around, he found it was a rather disreputable bar. He was somewhat speechless. You would not be up to something bad again, would you? The little creature immediately blushed. A face strong and insistent, Suheng decided to trust it one last time. He walked in the bar, immediately saw a beautiful woman in light clothing, and the waiter quickly approached him, but Suheng waved his hand. He said he was just browsing and did not need any service. The waiter could not help but silently criticize him. Coming to a bar in the middle of the day just to take a look. Mind your own business. Suheng quickly found the treasure beast spoke of, but seeing this dirty black toilet in front of him, he immediately looked displeased. Are you a treasure beast or a garbage picker? But the next moment, he suddenly noticed something was wrong. Damn, could this be the 5-colored evolution divine stone? Recorded in the ancient dragon canon, in this beast taming era, the evolution of every tame beast is fraught with difficulties. But the 5-colored divine stone possesses an almost unbelievable effect. Even a rooster that cannot lay eggs can be evolved into a powerful dragon. Suheng was so moved by receiving this divine item that he teared up. At the same time, he promised the treasure-hunting beast it would receive a day of immunity from scolding. But just then, the waiter walked over with an annoyed expression. Seeing this, Suheng directly suggested buying the toilet. The waiter was immediately stunned. Could this really be a fool's errand? Although this toilet was something the boss found in an ancient ruin, many important figures have seen it and found it useless. That's why it was placed in the shop as a decoration. Then he impatiently waved his hand. This thing is priceless, you definitely cannot afford it. Suheng smiled and said, it's okay, just name your price. 10,000. You bring 10,000 steel credits, and this stone is yours. Deal. After saying that, as Suheng directly threw out 10,000, the yellow-haired man swallowed nervously. He did not expect this to be such a fat lamb. He was about to signal his partners to double-cross him, but Suheng with a dark expression revealed the master tamer ring on his hand. In the next second, the three of them immediately bowed and apologized. With this matter resolved, Suheng began heading towards the grizzly forest for special training. A few hours later, the vehicle stopped at the outskirts of the grizzly forest. Crossing this river leads to the inner area. Someone would meet Suheng for the rest of the journey. A moment later, a fierce tiger suddenly leaped out of the forest. The newcomer was none other than the grizzly forest station tamer, Black Chrysanthemum. Her mount is a high-level dangerous species, a crimson flame tiger. You're Suheng, right? Just call me Sister. Suheng politely greeted her. To transport the food for Suheng's dragon serpent lizard, she immediately summoned another high-level dangerous species, a silverback iron-armed gorilla. Because this place is still some distance from the base, she invited Suheng to join her in riding the red flame tiger, but Suheng, because now the dragon's snake and lizard size is large enough for him to ride. But this was Suheng's first attempt at riding. He's actually quite nervous inside, but it was hard to come to the base, and Black Chrysanthemum enthusiastically invited him to her bed. This was Suheng's first time entering a girl's bedroom, but the girl eagerly invited him to the bed to discuss life. Just now, Suheng rode the dragon snake lizard for the first time, but riding it and fighting are two completely different things. Fortunately, after some struggles, he successfully mastered this skill. He followed Black Chrysanthemum to the gate of the grizzly bear forest base. A moment later, a man opened the door with a complaining look on his face. Haiju was furious when she saw him. You were assigned to guard Rivet Town? Yet you dared to sneak to the base while Chief Su was away. Even opening the door is so slow and hesitant. What good are you? Then she angrily slapped his head. Witnessing their strange interaction, Suheng felt a bit embarrassed. Then under Haiju's introduction, he learned that currently there are 3 beast tamers on duty at the base. There used to be soldiers handling some menial tasks, but they were later reassigned. because they could not withstand the harsh environment of the gray bear forest. Now the miscellaneous tasks are handled by the beast tamers. Among them, Chief Fsu from the base is tracking a dangerous creature. Left several days ago. Another master, Lin Jin, was originally responsible for your special training, but I did not expect you to arrive a few days late. Su Heng awkwardly scratched his head. Sorry, something delayed me. Haiju smiled slightly. It's alright. Let's go. Let's talk in my room first. Su Heng was stunned for a moment upon hearing this. What did I hear wrong? But when he entered Haiju's room, he was immediately startled by the decorations on the wall. Hey, do not just stand there. Following Haiju's shout, he quickly snapped back to his senses. Sister Ju, your decoration style is a bit unique. Haichu. She covered her mouth and teased. What? Did you think this was a young lady's boudoir? And then something would happen between us? Then she patted the seat beside her. Why did not you come up? Discuss life with sister? Su Heng was immediately at a loss. That's not very good. Seeing his embarrassed expression, Haiju could not help but laugh. Alright, I'm just teasing you. Next I'll explain the contents of the special training. The special training in Grizzly Forest, besides hunting combat experience, you can also gain many benefits. Have you ever heard of energy fruits? Su Heng was startled. Could it be that the Grizzly Forest has energy fruits? That's natural. The Grizzly Forest produces a lot of Grizzly Forest fruits, and this is precisely one type of energy fruit that we, the Black Lantern Gathering, control. It can not only enhance the 9 quantities, physical ability, and endurance attributes of your pet. Of your strength and beast-type pets, it's even more beneficial, but obtaining it is not easy. All the bear strength fruits in Grizzly Forest are occupied by bears. Only by obtaining the Grizzly Forest Leader's token and having your pet challenge the owner of the bear strength fruit. Once you defeat them, you can obtain a bear strength fruit, but without the leader's token, once you enter the Grizzly Bear Forest, you will be attacked by the bear pack and our sentries, and it will be a fight to the death. The next morning, under Lin Jin's leadership, Su Heng officially began his special training in the Grizzly Bear Forest. At this moment, the dragon snake lizard is facing off against a bear in a one-on-one battle. If it will earn the bear's bear strength fruit. Here it comes. My pet trainer's evolution has reached its 3rd stage. Now the dragon snake lizard, after evolving, has not only grown a massive 20 meters in size, but has also broken through several levels in combat, and all this is thanks to the bear power fruit. Just half a month ago, the dragon snake lizard challenged a black bear. Once the opponent accepts the challenge and wins, it can obtain a bear power fruit, but Su Heng thought it was not that easy. After all, every black bear can sense the opponent's strength. If the opponent is too strong, they certainly will not accept the challenge. Faced with the bear's furious roar, Dragon Snake Lizard stood still unmoving, but in the next moment, it revealed a mocking, sneering expression. Faced with such provocation, the bear was immediately enraged. Su Heng was speechless. He did not expect this guy to have a built-in talent for mocking. Soon the 2 giant beasts charged forward. This also meant that Shanghai had accepted Long Shexi's challenge. In that instant, Long Shexi summoned all of its dragon power. The moment it collided violently with Xianghai, a tremendous boom echoed. But the next moment, Shanghai instantly unleashed a powerful punch. The Dragon Snake Lizard was immediately knocked away several meters, but before it could react, the black bear pounced again. Lin Zhen, who was watching from the side, was startled. This is bad, something's going wrong. He was about to intervene when Su Heng stopped him. Senior brother, do not rush, let's wait and see. My Dragon Snake Lizard still has a backup plan. As he bet, the Dragon Serpent Lizard instantly unleashed its dragon might. The next second, Shanghai was overwhelmed by this oppressive aura, his whole body stiffening, his movements slowing down. But in the blink of an eye, Shanghai broke free from the interference. But when he regained his senses and tried to attack again, the Dragon Serpent Lizard had already used the opportunity to distance itself. It immediately gathers the surrounding evil energy and utilizes its unique advantage in the sky to counterattack the Bear Black. However, this charged strike fails to break through Bear Black's defense. As a beast, each Bear Black's defense is considered monstrous. Although this Dragon Snake Lizard of yours is quite impressive, but in order to break through Shanghai's defenses, it still needs to grow. And this is the effect of the Xiangla fruit. If the Longsha Lizard can win, it can also use the Xiangli fruit to strengthen its own defenses. Upon hearing this, Su Heng immediately urged the Longsha Lizard to keep going. At this moment on the field, Shanghai used Beast Regeneration to recover from the earlier injuries. The Dragon Serpent Lizard gathered malevolent energy in its mouth, preparing a breath attack. Immediately, a dark energy laser shot towards its opponent. However, facing this attack directly, Shanghai remained unharmed. It picked up the broken pieces of wood around it, quickly throwing them at the Dragon Serpent Lizard. Countless pieces of dead wood flew towards the Dragon Serpent Lizard. Because of the energy consumption from its previous attack, the Dragon Snake Lizard did not react in time. Its path was already blocked by Mewtwo. However, when it finally turned around with difficulty, saw Shanghai using its talent skill Rampage. Its size instantly increased by tens of times. Lin Jin was somewhat surprised. This Shanghai was actually playing possum. Not every Shanghai can master this talent. It can instantly increase combat power after activation. The current Dragon Snake Lizard is no match for it. It's time to stop challenging it, but Su Heng does not plan to give up, because his spiritual world has not received the Dragon Snake Lizard's distress signal yet, so he chooses to trust his partner. The scene shifts back to the arena. Facing Shanghai's powerful strike, the Dragon Snake Lizard Bird uses a surprise attack's second speed, relying on the speed boost from its skill, although it temporarily dodges, but at this rate the Dragon Snake Lizard cannot possibly shake off its opponent. Just then, Seeing the rapidly approaching black bear, the dragon snake lizard suddenly thinks of a solution. It places its tail on the ground, instantly summoning 2 earth spikes from the ground. Sang was very fast. Faced with this sudden obstacle, he had no time to dodge and was tripped to the ground. Under the force of inertia, he could not stop like a ball. Finally, he crashed into a giant tree. Witnessing this comical scene, the dragon snake and lizard mock the unconscious Shanghai mercilessly. Lin Jin watches in shock and disbelief. Why can I ever run into such a dumb bear? He then blew a whistle, summoning his flying pet, the bloodtail black-crowned eagle. It grabbed the flightless Su Heng and safely delivered him to the ground. At the same time, he released another pet from his beast ring, the hatch grass. As a grass-type healing pet, it is able to take root in the soil and absorb nutrients. This is also one of the rules of the Grizzly Bear Forest Challenge. After the challenge, we need to treat the injured Bear Hai. Su Heng, upon hearing this, thanks his senior brother. A moment later, Bear Hai opened his eyes, but he saw Long Shexi laughing at it. It immediately flew into a rage. Just as it was about to get up and fight again, it was stopped by Lin Zhen. The challenge is over. If you want to fight again, you'll have to add another bear power fruit. Although extremely dissatisfied, Shanghai could only let out a frustrated sigh. Seeing the other party leave, Su Heng was very upset. He just left like that. What about the Xiangli fruit? Okay, Lin Jin told him, let's go. Follow them and you'll find out. A moment later, Long Shixi followed Shanghai to the Xiangli fruit tree that belonged to him. Many crystal clear Xiangli fruits were growing on at that time. Shanghai looked around. He angrily bit down on the smallest one. In the end, to get back at the dragon snake lizard, he spat on it from above. The dragon snake lizard immediately showed a disgusted expression. Damn, this little guy is so vengeful. Seeing the dragon snake lizard get disgusted by him, Shanghai immediately smiled in satisfaction. A moment later, the dragon snake and lizard walked out of Bear Black's territory. It spat the bear power fruit in its mouth onto Su Heng's hand. Seeing Su Heng's confused expression, Scalaquake told, just eat it direct. Also, once this thing is picked, the mysterious energy inside will start to dissipate. So the sooner you eat it, the better the effect. Su Heng immediately told Long Shexi to open its mouth, but remembering the disgusting scene of Xianghai spitting, Long Shexi turned its head with a proud and aloof expression. Seeing this, Su Heng shouted, what the heck is that expression? This is a good thing. Finally, with no other choice, he had to rinse it with water. The dragon snake lizard then swallowed it whole with a satisfied expression. Then, to help the dragon snake lizard better absorb the energy, Lin Zhen summoned his 2 main battle pets, special class danger species the Pandy Rocknet Geo, and the high class danger species the Old Master, and ordered them to stand guard nearby. Only then did Su Heng understand. It turns out that absorbing the bear strength fruit is this complicated. Thank you so much for your protection, senior brother. Junior brother, there's no need to be so polite. The bear strength fruit cannot be preserved, so it has to be consumed and digested right after being picked in the dense forest. If you do not have a sufficiently strong beast tamer for protection, it's better to find a more hidden cave. You'll get used to this situation after a few times. A moment later, the dragon snake and lizard slowly opened their eyes. Lin Zhen explained from the side, the mysterious energy of the energy fruit rapidly transforms the biological body and even the cells. It usually causes the body to have an acute stress response. After all, the bear strength fruit is known for its potent effects. However, before his words could finish, the dragon snake lizard suddenly stood up. It continuously shed its skin. Its body grew at a visible speed. After a while, the dragon snake lizard, having successfully completed its evolution, not only experienced a dramatic increase in size, but also in strength, endurance, and physical fitness, completely surpassing an adult ordinary dragon snake lizard. This is an electric tiger that has evolved to the highest level. With a casual strike, it can unleash the power of thunder and lightning across the world. Yet at this moment, Su Heng is being hunted by it. It turns out that not long ago, Long Shexi used the energy of the Xiangli fruit to successfully complete its 3rd evolution. Not only did its size rapidly increase, surpassing 20 meters, but its strength and speed also rose several levels. If I were to encounter the black bear from the first day again, the current dragon serpent lizard could easily crush it, but just then, the dragon serpent lizard suddenly sensed the black bear's aura. Su Heng, very curious, took the dragon serpent lizard to have a look. However, when he arrived at the scene, he found the black bear fighting a plated wolf. The plated wolf is an intermediate danger species. They usually live in dark caves and mines. It's unlikely to appear in grizzly forests. Could be a spirit beast. Sure enough, he quickly discovered a sneaky beastmaster nearby. Because the armored wolf could not win the battle, he summoned another heavy armored wolf. The heavy armored wolf is the evolved form of the armored wolf. Almost the entire body is encased in a steel helmet without any blind spots or weaknesses. Doli is comparable to a top-tier dangerous species, even stronger than Haiju's Crimson Flame Tiger. And looking at this armored wolf's size, it's definitely been cultivated to its full maturity and is in excellent condition. As expected, Shanghai is completely no match for this heavy armored wolf Bay. It was easily defeated after just one exchange. Su Heng and Longshik stared in disbelief. The teacher mentioned before that Black Lantern Fortress, as a force that has stood for 100 years in the wasteland, often clashes some hostile forces. Among them there is one hostile force that controls a habitat of armored wolves. They produce many beastmasters who can control these armored wolves. From his actions, it seems he came to steal the bear strength fruit. But how is this guy going to preserve it? You know, even Hiding Fortress has not mastered the preservation technology for Xiangli fruit. But the next moment, the man suddenly pulls out a syringe. He then proceeds to suck the Xiangli fruit dry. Su Heng is instantly shocked, but just then, a scout beast suddenly discovered them. Suheng immediately sensed danger. The next second, the man in black stealing the Xianglef fruit suddenly heard the scout beast's alarm. He was instantly furious. He did not expect there to be a little rat hiding there. Damn it, what rotten luck. He then called out to the heavy armor beast and chased after it. A few minutes later, the man in black had ridden the heavy armor beast and caught up to the fleeing dragon snake lizard. At this moment, Suheng looked serious. This person not only controls the heavy armor wolf, but also managed to conceal his identity and enter the grizzly bear forest without being detected. This is definitely a big catch. He quickly took out the walkie-talkie. Emergency. Potter spotted, requesting immediate backup. Requesting immediate, but before he could finish, the radio suddenly died. Suheng was stunned, but he quickly recovered. He steeled his heart. Damn it, I'll risk my life to get this message out today. But just then, the treasure-hunting beast warned him that the pursuers were closing in. Meanwhile, seeing the dragon snake lizard so close, the man in black immediately ordered the heavy armor wolf to activate its skill. Catch up and kill this little rat and his trashy spirit beast. The heavily armored wolf immediately stopped after hearing that, then unleashed its level 5 awakening ability, darkness-type black line impact. The next moment, a dark shadow accompanied by a loud whooshing sound rushed toward Suheng. Just as it seemed it would catch up, Suheng immediately instructed the dragon snake lizard to use Evil Strike second speed. At the same time, I also told it to run towards the trees. With a roar from the dragon snake lizard, its wings began to beat rapidly. Although the effect of the second stage acceleration was not as good as the opponent's black line strike, but the second stage acceleration had one advantage. That is, it could change direction while accelerating. Just as he had expected, entering the giant tree forest, the heavily armored beast charges recklessly, but is blocked by the large trees one after another. Speed quickly slows down. Seeing this, the man in black curses angrily, and immediately summons another pet, the lightning tiger, a special great dangerous creature that combines lightning, beasts, and light. The lightning tiger is not only extremely fast but also very agile. He then jumped onto the back of the thunder tiger, and commanded it to chase after the dragon serpent lizard ahead. Soon the thunder tiger caught up like a flash of lightning, and the heavy armored wolf closely followed behind. The next moment, the thunder tiger leaped quickly, its right paw gathering a bolt of lightning energy and striking. Although the dragon snake lizard reacted in time, it was still injured by the blow. Suheng's expression gradually turned grim. This special grade thunderbolt tiger is definitely at its peak. If it continues, even if we are not caught, we'll still be turned into a sieve. Suddenly he thought of a plan. Treasure-seeking beast. Take us to the territory of the black bear leader nearby. Following the treasure beast's guidance, the dragon serpent lizard immediately sped in the indicated direction. After Suheng recalled the treasure beast into its collar, he immediately instructed the dragon serpent lizard to use the earth gun to greet the others. The next moment, a series of obstacles appeared in front of the man in black. Seeing this, he immediately ordered the heavy armored wolf to clear the way, but Suheng's goal had already been achieved. After a few seconds delay, the man in black had already been trapped by his wolf. By the time the lightning tiger accelerated to pursue again, it found that Suheng was no longer its target. The man in black immediately ordered to search for Suheng. The lightning tiger obeyed, immediately used its sense of smell to search for Suheng's scent, but in the next moment, it was so scared that its fur stood on end. Looking at the trembling electric tiger, the man in black was somewhat confused, but in the next second, he too was shocked into a cold sweat. Ahead in the cave, he revealed a pair of fierce eyes. My spirit beast has only been hatched for 3 months, but it has evolved 3 times in a row, breaking through from the juvenile stage to the growth stage. Its size increased from 30 centimeters to 2 meters, then from the growth stage to the mid stage, its size from 2 meters to 7 meters. Now it has entered the late growth stage. The breakthrough of Meng Jin has reached 20 meters, but now he must face alone 3 terrifying beast masters, the iron-armored wolf clad in steel armor, the lightning tiger wielding the power of thunder, and the white mountain lion known for its strength. It turns out that under the guidance of the treasure-hunting beast, Suheng led the poaching black-clad men to the old den of the bear black leader nearby. The next moment, the enraged bear leader lunged at the poachers. Seeing this, he was startled. He could not possibly handle a leader of this level. He immediately signaled the thunder tiger to flee. On the other hand, hearing the commotion from the forest, Suheng breathed a sigh of relief. The grizzly bear leader could call on the whole tribe to attack. Without the teacher's token, even if the men in black are strong, they could not withstand the entire grizzly bear forest swarm. But to prevent more bear power fruits from being stolen, he needs to hurry back to base and tell his senior brother about the situation here. But the next moment, the laser beam suddenly shot towards them. Suheng was immediately startled. Fortunately, the speed of the dragon snake lizard had greatly improved. After successfully dodging the attack, it landed on a giant tree. The man in black sneered when he saw this. What a pity. You little bastard actually managed to dodge. He was somewhat incredulous. He never expected to be found like this. But the man in black mockingly shrugged. Useless little mouse. The electric tiger of the Grandmaster has unlocked the fixed star skill. Even if you run 100 miles away, I can still find you. Suhen's expression froze. It's actually a tracking skill. The man in black muttered to himself. Let the Xionai leader hold me off. Then I'll try to escape and get reinforcements. It's certainly a clever tactic, but you should know that, for Beastmaster of my level, it's incredibly easy to lure away a stupid Sanhai. After all, I'm not like you. I do not only have a trash-scaled lizard as my spirit beast. The man in black ordered the lightning tiger to kill him. The moment the words fell, the lightning tiger pounced on Su Heng. The next second, the lightning tiger suddenly stopped. His body trembled uncontrollably. It turned out that Long Shexi released its dragon's might in that instant. Taking advantage of the opponent's unpreparedness, Su took out a smoke bomb. With a loud, the scene immediately became shrouded in smoke. Taking this opportunity, he immediately commanded Long Shexi to escape. And this was their last chance. After the black smoke dissipated, the man in black sneered, "Is still trying to run? Let me show you how I'll torture you." Electric Tiger. Use your electric skills to catch up. A moment later, seeing the opponent getting closer, Su Heng immediately broke into a cold sweat. The next second, the electric tiger swiped at him with its giant claws, but at that critical moment, his control ring suddenly released an energy shield, immediately repelling both the man in black and the electric tiger. Su Heng was distraught. He only then realized that the fire control ring his teacher gave him could also be used for defense. But the man in black was utterly shocked. He had actually sealed this kind of energy inside a magical ring. This ring is considered top tier even among magical artifacts. I do not even have something this good, just who exactly is this kid? But seeing Su Heng try to escape, he immediately summoned another powerful spirit beast, special class danger species Zhishan Shi. Su Heng was already in despair at this moment. How many beasts does this old man control? This is too much bullying. The man in black sneered. "You little bastard, I do not care who your master is. You're dead today." But in the next moment, the dragon, snake, and lizard suddenly stopped. The man in black froze. "Why are not you running? Do you realize you're doomed?" But Su Heng turned around with a wicked grin. "Old man, do you still recognize this beast tamer?" The man in black secretly thought something was wrong. King Feng Bird. Is not this Lin Zhen's reconnaissance beast? Could it be? Jizi suspected. Lin Zhen arrived on his black panther the next moment. "I'll see who dares to harm my junior brother." The man in black scoffed. "You dare stop?" Lin Zhen smiled faint. "I would only stop you. I still want to kill you. You scum of Zuo Town." Su Heng was somewhat surprised upon hearing this. He had heard of this name. The full name of Zuo Town is Zuo Gathering Place. It is also a large gathering place with deep roots. For a long time it has been the arch-nemesis of Hiding Fort. Moreover, their leader has a deep connection with a wolf-shaped territory, so their main battle pets are all wolf type. Back to the arena. The man in black sneered. "You're getting more and more arrogant. I just worry you might not have the ability." Then he immediately called out all of his main battle pets. Heavy Armored Wolf. White Mountain Lion. Bloodthirsty Demon Wolf. You all tear him apart. Want to see if his mouth is still as tough after he dies. On the other side, Lin Zhen's. Once I beat you, you'll know whether I have the skill or not. Come out. Pandian Wang. Yuing Bao. However, the current score is 3-2. The heavy armored wolf seized the opportunity to attack him. Su Soing quickly reminded his senior brother, but the next moment, a flame giant appeared, swinging a punch with tenfold strength, and he is Lin Zhen's main battle pet. A combination of poison, martial arts, fire, magic, and charm types, a top extremely dangerous species with 5 elemental affinities. Crimson Layman. Here it comes. The most explosive battle is here. To massacre Lin Zhen, the man in black summoned all his main battle pets. Heavy Armored Wolf. White Mountain Master. Bloodthirsty Demon Wolf. You lot tear him apart. Want to see if he still talks tough after he's dead? On the other side, Lin Zhen sneered. Why waste words on someone about to die? Come out. Pandian Net. Teiji Moonshadow Leopard. However, the field is 3 versus 2. The heavy armor wolf seized the opportunity to attack him. Su Heng's heart leaped into his throat, but the next moment, a flame giant appeared. He delivers a powerful punch, and he is the main beast master of Lin Zhen. With a combination of poison, martial arts, fire, magic, and charm, special grade dangerous species with the power of 5 elements. Crimson Flame Fireman. At this moment, Su Heng is somewhat stunned. Is this the strength of a 5-element beast master? At this time on the field, the heavily armored wolf's head hit and still burning, continues to burn. It takes a deep breath, using its powerful wind to extinguish the flames. The man in black's face darkens. Crimson Layman. I did not expect you to have such a rare spirit beast. No wonder you dare to challenge me. Lin's face is full of mockery. If you knew how I would still kill you today, the man in black sneered. A mere red flame fireman thinks he can kill me. Lin Jing, stop being so arrogant. Do not forget my heavy armor wolf is also a top-tier dangerous species of the first echelon. What can a mere red flame fireman do to me? Heavy armored wolf. Black line straight attack. Tear him apart. The next moment, a shadow surged toward the fire demon with crimson flames. However, facing the heavy electric wolf's swift strike, the fire demon easily dodged with agile movement. Then he used his martial arts talent. In a very short, he threw 2 punches in succession. Immediately, the heavily armored man was violently sent flying. Su Heng gasped in astonishment at the sight. Senior brother Lin Zhen is terrifyingly powerful. However, the man in black laughed at this moment. What incredible strength! However, do you think this will be enough to cripple my heavy armor wolf? Having said that, he activated the bond power, and his body was surrounded by a red aura. The heavy armor wolf entered its second form, armor overload heavy armor. Seeing this, Scalequake was also unwilling to fall behind. The crimson flame fireman entered its second form, Fudo Miler Flare, heavy armor wolf, evil assault ultimate black line assault, crimson layman, burning motion fist limitless martial arts. Following their master's continuous commands, the heavy armor wolf and crimson flame man on the battlefield fearlessly charged towards each other. The powerful skills unleashed tremendous energy. In the moment of contact, it instantly explodes. However, as the smoke clears, the result is that the crimson flame fireman wins. The heavily armored wolf is severely injured but manages to stand up. The man in black is somewhat surprised. As expected of the Crimson Flame Fireman, he actually mastered 2 types of level 6 evolution abilities. No wonder he was able to defeat my heavy armored wolf. Then his beast control device emitted a red light. He summoned a fire-scaled beast again. However, Lin Jin smiled when he saw it. What? Do you think this trash can defeat me? The man in black sneered coldly. As long as I stop you, someone will naturally come to kill you. After saying that, he pulled out the walkie-talkie. Have you brought Lin Jin's health down to half? Who's interested in coming to take the kill? Su Heng was a bit anxious when he saw this. He was about to call his senior brother to get help, but Kalen told him, I've already notified Chief Su. Now it's a race to see whose people arrive first. I also have another plan, but I do not know if you dare. Meanwhile, the man in black, seeing the two conferring, became uneasy. He immediately ordered the fire scale beast to charge and trap them. Lin Jin told Su Heng the plan. I can hold them off for 4 seconds. Then you do this. Immediately after, the fire flame man will use the thermal fist explosive burst. Countless flashes of fire appear in the arena in an instant. The man in black knows that the enemy is at the end of their strength. He quickly orders the fire scale beast to use fire adaptation technique, but what he did not expect was the dragon snake lizard had already ambushed within the smoke. Taking advantage of the fact that his beasts were all entangled, Su Heng ordered the dragon snake lizard to use a malice bullet. Looking the energy ball so close at hand, a wave of despair washed over the man in black. A moment later, the man in black finally reacted. He sat on the ground laughing uncontrollably. It seems even the heavens are helping me. Now my people have arrived first. You two are as good as dead. Scorpion. Take down Lin Zin, then we retreat. We do not want to be blocked by that dog Suki. The scorpion is the bald man before us, and his mount the scorpion-tailed demon lion, is also a mature top-tier dangerous species. Next moment, the scorpion-tailed demon lion whips 3 poison needles from its tail. The dragon snake lizard was hit before it could dodge. The toxin spread into its flesh instantly. It only took a few seconds. The dragon snake lizard's tail broke into several pieces. It was at this moment that the enemy, the black gorilla, began to attack. Its target was Su Heng. Its massive body instantly blocked out the sun. Lin Jin reacted and was instantly shocked. In the blink of an eye, the red flame fire man rushed over and stood in front of Su Heng. But in the next moment, the black diamond warrior emitted a blood-red light and activated the battle skill Giant Foot Smash. At this point, the red flame fire man was already at the end of his strength and could not withstand this blow. But just then, another accident happened. Haju Chu arrived just in time, saving Su Heng, whose life hung in the balance. The two were extremely angry at this moment. You bunch of bastards. Do you think we're easy targets just because it's dark and deserted? The bald scorpion was somewhat surprised. Su Yu, should not you be in Rivet Town? How could you arrive so quickly? Su Yu sneered when he heard this. If I'm not here, will not you lot of scum get your way? You're all staying here today. But the man in black arrogantly said, Idiot, since you old men dared to come, it means you were well prepared. Originally this was a secret weapon saved for dealing with Suki, but now it's being used to bury all 4 of you fools. I'll kill all 4 of your beast masters. Even your city lord Zohe will feel the pain. Come out, golden-backed iron-armed ape. A giant ape more ferocious than the Battlefoot Black King Kong appears. Seeing the scene, a few of them started to break into a cold sweat. Truly super dangerous species. This is no sooner said than done. The golden-backed gibbon instantly charged over, but the next moment is actually sent flying. The poachers were shocked speechless. What they saw. Then they fled in panic. Su Heng remained where he was, still unaware of what had happened, but Haiju looked pleased. It was Chief's top asset, so was this night demon earth dragon. It scared off the scorpions and the others. Su Yu looked stunned. No wonder it's the strongest super dangerous species under the terrifying category. It killed the golden-backed iron-armed ape in just 2 moves, feeling the overwhelming pressure. Su Heng felt a tingling sensation on his scalp. Is this the power of a super dangerous species? Meanwhile, on the other side, the scorpion and the man in black mount their steeds and prepare to flee, but just then, a dazzling blue light suddenly blocks their path. The next moment, several beams of blue energy erupt from it. The man in black has no time to dodge. He and the electric tiger are instantly vaporized. Meanwhile, the bald scorpion seizes the opportunity to escape. The one arriving is Chief Su of the grizzly bear base. Seeing that everyone was unharmed, Suki nodded in relief. I did not expect these guys to infiltrate the grizzly bear forest while I was away. You 9 little ones have worked hard. However, when he looked to the other side, he found that the scaled earthrock net serpent had been cut in half. He immediately became angry. Who'd this? Upon learning that it was the furious earth dragon of Sinfire Town, he fell silent for a moment. He then instructed Black Chrysanthemum to take a few people back to the base for rest. The cleanup would be left him alone. Meanwhile, on the other side, the remaining poachers from Sinfire Town gathered to discuss. Due to intelligence failure, this operation suffered heavy losses. Several people decided to report back to base first before making plans, but just then, the ground suddenly shook. Several people were startled. They all looked up towards the jungle behind them. Suki was seen riding a crystal horn dragon emerge. A few hours, Suki returned to the grizzly forest base. Aside from a few stragglers, most of the invaders had already been dealt with by him. Fortunately, the losses were not severe. Only a few dozen bear power fruits were stolen, but nearly 100 black bears were killed or injured. This was a significant blow to the bear group in the grizzly forest. It was quite a heavy blow, but the follow-up is no longer our responsibility. The Black Lantern Fortress will take revenge on Sinfire Town. To give the Bear Claw leader an explanation, and the few of them were rewarded differently for thwarting Sinfire Town's scheme. Lin Jin was compensated with a high-quality, land-shipper rocknet after losing one top-tier dangerous species young pet. Su Heng contributed the most among the four, so Xuqi allowed him to choose two things from the base's warehouse. But Su Heng immediately declined, refused. If it were not for Lin Jin, he probably would not have survived this time, so he wanted to give this reward to senior brother Lin Jin. Seeing the two being so harmonious, said boldly, "Do not worry, both of you will get your share. As for Lin Jin's reward and compensation, the city lord will decide. Do not decline it. Come on, I'll take you to the warehouse now." Su Heng scratched his head, indicating that he was not very available today. He wanted to choose tomorrow instead. It's here. My pet finally underwent its first epic upgrade. Now after the upgrade, the dragon serpent lizard can not only fight upright, but has also awakened its ultimate talent skill, Dragon Might Dragon Roar Warhammer. It can instantly summon an invincible warhammer weighing several hundred pounds. Besides that, Su Heng also found a way to transform the treasure beast into a dragon. It turns out that Su Heng achieved great merit during the battle in the Grey Bear Forest. Chief Su rewarded him with the right to choose any two items from the warehouse. He had planned to give him the reward today, but Su Heng deliberately postponed it to the next day. After all, he was the man who possessed the ancient dragon tome. If he was going to choose treasures, it would be a loss if he did not check the dragon tome in advance. It turns out that in this ancient era of beast tamers, every beast tamer carries the bloodline of dragons. The higher the dragon bloodline, the greater the potential. The ultimate evolution of a beast tamer is actually becoming a dragon. Once a transformation into a dragon is successful, they will become the existence at the top of the food chain. However, the path to becoming a dragon is fraught with danger. It also requires consuming countless rare and precious resources. Only then would it be possible to gamble on that 1 in 10,000 chance. Of course, this is for ordinary people. For Su Heng, who possesses the ancient dragon codex, turning a pet into a divine dragon is far from difficult. As long as he gathers enough materials, he can find the method in the ancient dragon codex for a guaranteed dragon transformation. There's no need to gamble on that 1 in 10,000 chance. So Su Heng places great importance on the treasure-seeking beast. Once it successfully transforms into a dragon, evolving into the legendary treasure-seeking dragon beast, it can help him find more evolution materials, like the scale lizard. The treasure-seeking beast has more than one dragon transformation path. Although it has far fewer paths than the scale lizard's 64, it still has a viable dragon transformation path. But among them, 8 of the treasure beasts will lose their treasure-seeking ability after evolving into dragons. Only the evolution into the treasure dragon beast can not only inherit the treasure-seeking ability, but also bring about a qualitative change in it. Su Heng silently noted down the materials for evolving a treasure beast into a treasure dragon beast, planning to try his luck at the warehouse tomorrow, but he barely made it to the next morning. But we learned that we cannot enter the warehouse to select treasures today, because Chief Su discovered traces of the Sin Fire Town last night, so he last night to destroy the convoy. Su Heng felt a bit helpless, but Haiju seemed a bit gloating. That's what happens when you refuse to go yesterday. Now, great. You will have to wait until Chief Su returns for your reward. But just then, Su Heng suddenly noticed the brush in Haiju's hand, the one used to bathe the spirit beast. He instantly thought of a great deal, seeing Su Heng's mischievous smile. Long Shiexi immediately understood his meaning. Immediately the man and beast ran towards the outside of the base. Haiju left behind was completely dumbfounded, but she never expected that Su Heng saw her giving the Crimson Flame Tiger a bath, and suddenly thought that the bears in the Grey Bear Forest had never been cared for, and there happened to be formulas related to the bears in the old dragon manual. As long as he catered to their preferences, he could obtain the bear's fruits without fighting, under Su Heng's guidance, assisting with the special formula of the ancient dragon scripture. A feast for one person and two beasts, then treating Bear Black's injuries, then giving Bear Black a bath, letting Bear Black enjoy royal level service. However, in the end, he reaped quite a bit. Besides 3 bear strength fruits, there were also some rare bird eggs. Everything went down the dragon serpent lizard's throat, but an unexpected incident occurred in the evening, because the recipe was simply too delicious. Xianghai decided to reward the dragon serpent lizard with a fight. Seeing Xianghai start a fight without a word, the dragon serpent lizard immediately became enraged. Facing Xianghai's beast-type energy level, the ripping claw, the dragon serpent lizard instinctively used its tail to whip at it. But Su Heng secretly thought it was bad, because the dragon snake lizard's broken tail had not healed yet. As expected, the dragon snake lizard was instantly trapped by the bear's claws. Seeing this dangerous scene, and considering the dragon snake lizard's injury, Su Heng shouted for it to surrender quickly. But the dragon in the dragon snake lizard's name, it represents its indomitable dragon might. The next moment, Sai's eyes were bloodshot, delivering a powerful killing blow. But the dragon snake lizard suddenly erupted with astonishing strength, successfully parrying the attack. Immediately after, a massive purple light surged from its chest. At this critical moment, Long Shexi unexpectedly grasped the ultimate talent skill, Dragon Might Dragon Roar Hammer. The next second, a heavy hammer worth tens of thousands appeared above its head. Watching from the side, Su Heng was immediately ecstatic. It actually awakened its talent skill, and when Xianghai saw this, instantly all fighting spirit was gone. Immediately he ran away, scared out of his wits. Su Heng was very pleased. He did not expect that Long Shexi would go to such lengths. In a moment of crisis, he awakened an ultimate talent skill. This also shows that his Long Shexi talent is extremely high, especially in dragon-type talent. However, at that moment, he had just touched the skin of the dragon snake lizard, but the lizard scale seemed to shed like molting skin. Seeing this, Su Heng was anxious, but in the next moment, the dragon snake lizard absorbed the surrounding energy like a vortex, then its severed tail regrew, and it successfully completed its 4th evolution. My pet has finally undergone its 4th evolution. Now the evolved dragon snake lizard not only exceeds 30 meters in size, but also has developed impressive abdominal muscles. The ridges on its head and scales all over its body are even more dazzling. It has even awakened an ultimate talent skill, Dragon Roar War. It can instantly summon hundreds of tons of invincible warhammers. Just now, Su Heng was stroking the dragon snake lizard, but the next moment, the scales on the dragon snake lizard began to fall off continuously. Su Heng was immediately shocked upon seeing this. He had not figured out what was happening yet. The next second, the dragon snake lizard began to absorb evil energy like a vortex. Moments later, a sharp tail grew back at the severed end. The dragon snake lizard also successfully completed its 4th evolution. Not only were the dragon horns on its head thicker, but even the scales on its body began to glow. The color of the dragon snake lizard became even more profound. Su Heng stood there for a while, stunned, before realizing what had happened. He tightly hugged the dragon snake lizard. That's great. My dragon snake lizard has finally reached its full growth stage. Meanwhile, in the grizzly bear forest, upon learning that Su Heng took only 4 months to train the dragon snake lizard to its full growth stage, he found it hard to believe. Is what you're saying true? Although Black Chrysanthemum was also shocked, is indeed the truth. Lin Jin is still conducting tests on it. A moment later, Suki hurriedly returned to the grizzly forest base. He saw Lin Jin measuring the size of the dragon snake lizard with a ruler. He asked again, I heard that Su Heng's dragon snake lizard has reached full maturity. Lin Jin, it has been confirmed. It fully meets the standards of the growth phase. Su could not help but praise upon hearing this. The new generation truly surpasses the old. The castle master originally only hoped that you would break through the late growth phase. If that was not possible within a month, you would at least improve the strength of the dragon snake lizard. But I did not expect you to exceed the task. You truly are my good son hiding. I promised you last time. I'll take you to the warehouse to pick something out now. Your performance has pleased me very much. I originally only promised you 2 items. Now I'll give you 1 more. Moments later, Su Heng followed Chief Su to the grizzly forest base warehouse. His eyes immediately lit up. Can I really choose any treasure here? Sukui smiled and waved his hand. You can pick whatever you like from inside. Upon hearing this, Su Heng could no longer suppress his excitement. He stared at the golden sight in front of him. It felt like his eyes were about to be dazzled. Is this the warehouse of the Gray Bear Forest? The Gray Bear Forest covers an immense area. The scope not only includes the forest, but also lakes, rivers, valleys, and even mountainous areas. The treasures produced in different regions are varied, since it can only choose 3. The first choice is definitely the materials for the treasure hunting beast's transformation. Then he wakes up the treasure hunting beast, which has been days. Do you remember the materials I mentioned last night? If any of them are in this warehouse, find them. Then I'll help you evolve into a treasure hunting dragon beast. The treasure hunting beast immediately raised its hand, indicating that with me there would be no problems. Then it jumped out of Su Heng's hand and dove into the mountain-like pile of treasures. Actually, Su Heng himself was not sure either. After all, dragon transformation materials are rare and hard to find. Whether we could find them depended on luck, but the next moment, his pupils dilated gradually. It only took a few seconds. That little rascal, the treasure beast, had actually climbed onto the chest of a goddess statue. Su Heng pointed at it and cursed a few times. Only then did treasure beast calm down. A moment later, Suki looked at the items Su Heng had chosen with some confusion. A large piece of evil root, a wilted illusion flower, and mud on the drill bit. These are indeed good items, but in his eyes they did not seem that precious. He kindly asked Su Heng, are you sure you do not want to pick something else? How could Su Heng possibly trade this? These are all essential materials for the dragon transformation. Look at the expression on Su Heng's face, as if he had found a treasure. Although Suki found it strange, he could only congratulate him. A few days, the Rivertown Square, Su Heng successfully completed this special gray bear training. He is about to return to Blacklight Fortress. To prevent retaliation from Sinfire Town, they have dispatched over a dozen armored vehicles to escort Su Heng. Meanwhile, in the woods outside Rivet Town, a few remaining members of Sinfire Town's UI received news. Today, a major figure is heading to Blacklight Fortress. According to the intel, this person is the kid who disrupted their plan. Bald Scorpion's face was livid. This time, he absolutely must crush this damned rat. Watching the convoy pass through the valley, he silently muttered to himself, I specifically formed a hunting squad, just so you can also taste the fear of death. Little seedling, pay for the lives of my dead brothers. But the next moment, an explosion suddenly sounded behind him. When he turned around, he saw Lin Zhen walking over with the Crimson Flame Fireman. He looked at Scorpion with a mocking expression. Both of your companions have been killed by Chief Su. As for you, I'll handle it myself. Scorpion immediately reacted. I've been tricked. His face despicable. He deliberately released false information as bait. When it comes to being despicable, we cannot compare to you people from Zushhoke Town. The next second, Suka rode out on his blue-blooded steed. Let's do it, Lin Jin. Do not waste time with him. And Lin Jin is exactly thinking the same, settling both old and new scores, unless the bald guy changes his name to Caillou. Otherwise, today will be his day of sacrifice. Meanwhile, in another convoy, Su Heng stares blankly at the firelight in the forest, but in the next moment, Lin Zhen and Suki suddenly appear in front of the team. Su Heng quickly got out of the car to thank him. Suki turned his head and smirked. Let's go. Do not keep the castle lord waiting. It's over. To ensure Su Heng's descendants, My sister actually took the initiative and gave him two of her best friends as girlfriends. Suheng returned to Black Lantern Fortress after completing his special training. His instructor was very pleased with his performance. Not only did he fully mature the dragon snake lizard in just 1 month, but he also made significant contributions during the poaching incident in Sinfire Town. As a result, he was rewarded with a large villa and given the opportunity to select 3 items from the materials warehouse. By the time Suheng returned home, it was already nighttime. He had just reached the door, but he heard his sister talking to someone about the time when he was bitten on the butt by a mouse as a child. From the sound of it, they were having a lively conversation. Suheng was very curious. Who is my sister spilling my embarrassing stories to now? Just as he opened the door, before he could greet anyone, the next moment, a figure rushed over. Suking tightly hugged Suheng. The worry on her face instantly turned into joy. Xi Yuri finally back? She hugged him too tightly. The moment Suheng hit the ground, he chose to protect his sister's head. I heard from the guards that you were attacked on the way. Seeing tears welling up in his sister's eyes, Suheng quickly comforted her. It's us. It's all over. But as he stood up, he noticed 2 girls sitting in the room. He questioned Suking with confusion. Sis, who are they? Are you friends? Sister Suking quickly introduced her. These 2 are my colleagues from the plantation. This is Lin Manhwa. This is Jimmy. They are both my good friends. Suheng immediately shyly greeted them. The next second, he suddenly realized, sis, you would not have. Before he could finish his sentence, Suking pulled him around by the arm. You little rascal, our parents left early. I have to worry about you. Make sure you do your sister proud later. Settle down and start a family soon, so that the elders can rest in peace. And your sister has already arranged it for you. With big breasts and a big butt, perfect for bearing children. Tonight's dishes were also arranged with their help, and you as a master have special privileges. It's perfect to marry both of them at once. Besides, as a master you're often away from home. There has to be a woman in the house who can stand her ground. Suheng broke into a cold sweat upon hearing this. He did not expect that his first night back home would be a banquet of sorts. He immediately backed down. Sis, I think I'm a little tired. I want to go back to my room and sleep. Can I skip the meal? Suking interrupted Suheng's way out with a single sentence. Although he repeatedly rejected the blind date, he could not go against Suking's wishes. As a result, the entire dinner atmosphere became very awkward. It was not until Suheng took out the treasure-seeking beast that he finally caught the attention of the 3 women. As expected, girls have no resistance to cute little animals. Suheng relaxed. But the treasure-hunting beast was unlucky. The 3 women took turns nearly making it bald. To give Suheng more space, Suking purposely had him take the 2 girls home. Both girls had great personalities. They chatted and laughed with Suheng on the way. They even invited him to visit their home. But the next moment, Suheng suddenly sensed a hint of danger. He quickly shielded the 2 girls behind him. Immediately after, a shadow appeared from the street. A huge rat appeared in front of the 3 of them. The 2 girls were startled. Is that? How could something like this be in the settlement? Suheng patiently explained. This is a mature low-level dangerous species, a ferocious fan. Probably ate some beast-controlling person's body and mutated. That's why it grew so large. And ferocious rats are social animals. You all fall back. His words had just left his mouth. Several district riot rats reappeared on the street. Suddenly Suheng smelled a fragrance. He guessed it was the Magyu chicken in Jin Meili's basket. It had attracted these dangerous creatures. Then he summoned the dragon snake lizard. Feeling the suppression from their bloodline, the riot rats were scared and trembled. They immediately turned around and ran away. Suheng sneered at the sight. Think you can outrun the dragon serpent lizard? The next second, the dragon serpent lizard roared and charged like lightning. Several of the area-restricted rats had not even reacted before they were mercilessly slaughtered by the dragon serpent lizard like chickens. After all, this is a fully grown, top-tier dangerous species. Moments later, the Black Lamp Guard rushed over, but they saw a scene of utter chaos on the ground. He froze for a moment. Truly worthy of being Master Yu? 4 net-bursting rats instantly killed. Suheng gave a few simple instructions. The man made perfume from the stinking rats, but the pharmacy owner planned to sell his son to buy it with the full payment. His son called him a big fool, but he did not know that this perfume could create an illusion of blood kinship. Any creature in nature, as long as this will acknowledge you as its father, especially in this era of beast mastery. Beast masters can use this to accelerate the establishment of a spiritual connection with their beasts. With just this alone, the bloodline fragrance would become a rare treasure. It turns out that during a blind date with 2 girlfriends, due to an accident, Suheng obtained 4 mutated ferocious beasts. These were originally disgusting things that even dogs would not eat, but Suheng regarded them as heavenly materials and earthly treasures, because the ancient dragon classic records a formula like this. Extract the blood agar wood from the body of a district rodent, then add some auxiliary materials. You can make bloodline perfume. As the name suggests, this is a type of perfume. The effect of this perfume is to create an illusion of a bloodline connection between different beings. In this ancient era of beast taming, a beast tamer can use this to speed up the bond with their beast. Nap is a rookie beast tamer. He can also use it to quickly tame a beast. Just this alone, bloodline incense will definitely become a highly sought-after item in short supply. But Suheng showed a hint of doubt. The cost of bloodline incense is extremely low. If this thing really works, he's definitely going to make a killing. To test the effect of the bloodline incense, Suheng turned his gaze to the treasure-hunting beast. Then he opened the sealed bloodline incense. In an instant, a strange fragrance filled the entire room. Under the effect of the bloodline incense, Su-heng and the treasure-hunting beast simultaneously entered a hallucination. He seemed to have become the old father of a treasure-hunting beast, a grown treasure-hunting beast, taking his son out treasure-hunting every day. Finally, they found a huge mountain of treasure. Seeing this, the treasure-hunting beast's eyes went wide with emotion, completely overwhelmed with emotion. Moments later, Su-heng returned from the illusion to reality. He shook his head to clear his mind. Such a strange spice. Before he knew it, he had fallen for it. However, at this moment, the treasure-seeking beast was still lost in the illusion. The next moment, it quickly leaped into its father's arms. The store selling the bloodline scent came knocking. To be ready for the 6 territories duel, he plans to replace all the bloodline incense with steel claws. He wants to quickly boost the strength of the dragon snake lizard. But since this is a new drug that has never been seen before, and each bottle is priced at a steep 100,000, the sales have been slow. But today Tim mysteriously found him, saying he wanted to purchase a large amount of bloodline incense. However, Su-heng made a request. Payment must be made in person, no credit allowed. He did not expect this transaction would go so smoothly. Tim had already prepared 1 million grams of steel. At this moment, he smiled and held up the bloodline incense. Lord Su, with this we are all settled, both money and goods. If you have any new items next time, you can come find me anytime. After Su-heng left, Tim glared at his son unhappy. What are you spacing out for? Did not you come help? His son looked puzzled. Dad, why did you tell him that we sold all the goods? We have not sold a single bottle. You just had me put it in the cabinet. We emptied our pockets to get this much. If we cannot sell it, we'll go bankrupt. Tim shook his head. You're still too naive, kid. Let alone of us beast masters. Even veteran beast masters use this when taming beasts. Once it gets out, it's definitely in high demand. His son raised the question again. Dad, you're not a horse trainer. You do not even know if this thing works. Tim immediately gave him a couple of slaps. Look at you, such a disappointment. Do you know who Lord Su is? He is the genius disciple of the castle lord, top T beast taming talent, and can invent such item, such a Even if they go bankrupt, many people would still rush to befriend them. Why only focus on the present in business? The son is about to cry but cannot. What I'm saying is, can you just talk without hitting me? Here it comes, here it comes. Su-heng's treasure-seeking beast is finally about to enter. Just now, Su-heng arrived at the fortress master's treasure vault. According to the reward given by his teacher Zhou he can freely choose 3 items from inside. With the butler Lin Fu leading the way, Su-heng arrived at the treasure vault's entrance. But the next moment, countless tentacles stretched out from the gate. Immediately they tightly coiled around Lin Fu. This is a parasitic type guardian beast, mystic dual attribute guardian, top tier dangerous species squid crocodile slave, innate skill fortified golden soup. It can reinforce the strength of the entire treasure vault. Moreover, the one who opens the door must receive a verbal promise from the fortress lord, otherwise they will be swallowed whole. Su-heng was somewhat surprised. This was on a completely different level compared to the previous Grizzly Bear Forest Base's treasure vault. It was not even the same league. Then Lin Fu gave Su-heng a few instructions. He then walked into the treasure vault alone. Unlike the chaotic treasure vault over at Chief Su's side, second floor of the black light gathering place, treasure storage. It looked like a massive library. All the treasures were neatly arranged. There were also many acrylic boxes glowing with fluorescence. Suddenly Su-heng noticed. Above him, a reconnaissance class dangerous species squinting watcher was constantly keeping an eye on him. Its light shadow retroactive racial ability. It is able to perform ultra-high definition retrieval of the scenes it sees. Su-heng was somewhat surprised. It seems that this time, the treasure-hunting beast can only observe through the artifact to search for treasures. At this moment within the Fire Guardian's control space, the treasure-hunting beast activated its treasure-hunting skill. Through the artifact, it began exploring the treasure vault. With its help, Su-heng successfully found high-level dragon scales and 100 grams of spiritual essence. As long as I find a piece of skystone, I'll have all the materials needed for the treasure beast's transformation. But strangely, he could not find it anywhere. Just then, the treasure beast in his ring pointed upwards, but when Su-heng looked up, he found that what was above was not a skystone at all. However, moments later, Lin Fu looked at the 3 materials Su-heng had chosen, a piece of high-grade dragon scale, and 100 grams of spiritual essence. But the next second he lost it. Damn it, how do you take down the ceiling? Su-heng turned his head looking guilty. Well, this piece just happens to be what I need for my bathroom. But Lin Fu saw right through him. Stop making excuses. This tile contains floating secret stone. But the floating secret stone is a treasure only found in the 3rd tier. Your sharp-eyed kid. Sing smile. He did not expect the treasure beast to be so amazing. It could even find treasures hidden in the ceiling. Now all the materials needed for the dragon transformation ritual are ready. As for the dragon transformation ritual, but when he saw the content in the dragon manual, the method for dragon transformation was simply eat. Su-heng could not help but laugh. He thought it would be as complicated as the dragon snake or lizard. The result is so simple and brutal. Only work. The next second, he lifts the treasure-hunting beast off the sofa. He then places it in front of the materials for the transformation. The treasure-hunting beast's eyes immediately light up. Su-heng softly said, "Let's begin the transformation ritual. Eat them all." Days later, Su-heng moved into the villa his teacher had given him. His 3rd senior brother Lu Ling often visited him. Zhou, the master of Black Lantern Fort, previously had many disciples. Su-heng was the newest disciple, the 9th. His senior brothers and sisters held important positions in Black Lantern Fort. They were arguably the core strength of Black Lantern Fort. They are also quite powerful beast masters. They are truly beast masters with rich combat experience, and for this impromptu meeting, it was originally planned by Senior Sister Bai Sushu and Senior Sister Kuna to discuss the candidate for the Wild Guard with Lu Ling, but Lu Ling took this opportunity to have Su Heng get acquainted with the two senior sisters. That's how this sudden visit came about. Su Heng poured tea for several senior brothers and sisters. Kuna picked up her teacup. Suzu heard that the master intends for you to form the Xiaofu Hunting Guard. Have you assembled your team members in attendance? Bai Su sat beside her. The attendants are assembled. However, I'm still selecting the final member. Hunting Guard. Su Heng was stunned when he heard the name. He learned about it from his senior sister, Mona, at the Suiju driving school. The Hunting Guard is a special group of beast tamers in the Black Lantern Gathering Place. It's not just the Black Lantern Gathering Place. Other gathering places usually also form hunting guards. The Hunting Guard hunts various dangerous creatures in the wilderness. Their purpose is to search for and collect various materials and treasures. Each hunting guard in our Black Lantern Gathering Place, each team consists of 4 beast masters and 12 attendants. There are currently 7 hunting wasteland guards in the Black Lantern settlement. The beast eggs we use to select beast masters in the Black Lantern settlement are all brought back by the hunting wasteland guards, so it's a very important organization. Then Kona recommended someone to Beizuosu. There's a young girl named Lena who became a beast master 2 years ago. She possesses a fully matured iron magic tree and a fully matured sleep disc. Both are mid-level dangerous species with considerable combat strength. Additionally, a new high-level dangerous species has appeared, the Blood Lion. They are a promising newcomer with both strength and potential. Upon hearing this, Su Heng was somewhat surprised. Reina, is not she my teammate in the 6-city duel? Looks like everyone's working hard. Bai Sushu shook her head slightly. It would be too much of a burden to have to protect a newcomer then. Hearing this, Lu Ling finally spoke. Suzu, how about I recommend a newcomer with extremely high potential to you, senior sister? They will definitely meet your needs. Bai Suzu's face lit up with surprise. She said. Qi Leling suddenly pointed at Su Heng. That's him. Zizu misunderstood the meaning. It turns out it's little Junior's connections. Come and tell your senior sister. When the time comes, senior sister will get you something good. Su Heng was very confused. What connections? The two senior sisters finally realized, but Kuna thought Lu Ling was just messing around. After all, Su Heng had only been a beastmaster for 2 or 3 months. Sending him to the ROA would be like sending him to his death. But Bai Sushu looked at Su Heng with a face full of surprise. So you were talking about the super rookie, little junior brother. Lu Ling smiled and said, That's right. The super rookie I recommend is Su Heng. I'm not kidding, yeah. Do not underestimate him. He's only been a beastmaster for 3 months. He only has 1 beast, but it's a top-tier dangerous species, and his dragon serpent lizard a month ago, when it was tempered at my northern front, was already in the mid-growth stage. Considering my junior brother's talent, after the Grizzly Forest incident, is not he almost in the late growth stage? Lulindu became more and more proud, so a top-tier dangerous species in the late growth stage can be considered a super rookie, right? Kuna and Bai Susu were both a little surprised. Then they asked Su Heng to show them the dragon serpent lizard. Immediately after, as Su Heng controlled the ring, a purple light appeared. A massive dragon snake lizard emerged before everyone. Seeing the scene, Lu Ling, who had already been mentally prepared, could not help but exclaim, and Kuna also extended an olive branch to him. Junior brother, I think what you're lacking most right now is actual combat experience. How about coming to my residence in the wilderness? I'll take you to train. Bai Sushi showed some displeasure at this. Senior Sir 7, your manor guards are all full. Still short one person. Kuna pinched her cute cheek. Alright, I'm not teasing you anymore. Little junior brother will be yours from now on, alright? Look at the two senior sisters arguing endlessly over his allegiance. Su Heng was speechless. I do not think I've made a decision yet. A few days, the Six Lands duel was about to begin. Liu addressed several contestants. This Six Lands duel concerns the honor of the Black Lamp Gathering Place, and for you personally, it's also a great opportunity. If you can achieve a good ranking, the path in the profession of horse training will become even broader. Remember, you're a team. You must be united and help each other. Do you all understand? Yes, here comes. Su Hen's most defiant moment has arrived. Faced with his teammates' collective provocation, he actually declared in front of everyone that he would take on 4 of them. Let's see whose fists are harder, or whose mouths are harder. Just now, Lu Yu leads the team to participate in the 6th district duel competition. She then arranges for Su Hen to ride in the same car as her, but this decision causes dissatisfaction from the white-haired Wang Xuan. However, he does not dare complain in front of Lu Yu. He can only blame everything on Su Heng. Why are not we in a special training with Lu Zhuo? Why does every good thing go to that bastard Su Heng? The guy on the side rushed out to fan the flames. Brother Wang, do not get angry. This little brat has only been a beast tamer for a few days. We'll take care of him tonight. Because this duel is taking place far from the Black Lantern Gathering Place. It will take 2 days and nights to get there. Night is falling. The convoy set up camp on a flat area to rest. Lu Yu, with his rich experience, quickly arranged all the tasks. Su Heng was originally preparing food for the dragon snake lizard, but in the next moment, he suddenly noticed a movement from the treasure-seeking beast within the control collar. As expected, after several days of digestion, the treasure-seeking beast had finally completed its evolution. This was due to having devoured a piece of high-grade dragon scale. The little creature grew dragon scales after evolving, but the next moment Su Heng was suddenly startled. because he was delighted to discover that after devouring the floating secret stone, the treasure-hunting beast had gained the ability to fly. It's just then that Lu Yu reminded everyone to maintain their beast control state, but she did not notice Su Heng's absence. He then asked the two, "Where did Su Heng go?" Lu Chong said sarcastically, "I do not know where he got a mixed-blood scale beast. They're over there bonding. If yeah, mixed-blood humans should be with mixed-blood beasts." These words were overheard by Su Heng and the treasure-hunting beast nearby. The treasure-hunting beast had a question mark on its face. It angrily waved its fist. "Son of a bitch, is a mixed-blood scaled beast. You little brat, I am truly one of the 4 divine beasts." Su Heng was also speechless. Scaled beasts generally refers to dangerous creatures naturally possessing scales, and a mixed-blood scaled beast refers to a breed resulting from the mating of a scaled beast and another creature. Usually they're pretty weak, but his treasure-hunting beast is no ordinary mixed-blood scale beast, not to mention it originally belonged to one of the 4 divine beasts, now a successfully transformed treasure-hunting dragon beast. I'm afraid it's probably the only one on this planet. Looking at the 2 clowns who kept picking a fight, Su Heng showed a playful expression. "A dog's mouth will never speak of ivory." Wang Xuan laughed when he heard this. He had been looking for a reason to teach that bastard Su Heng a lesson, and now the opportunity had arrived. Come, let's feed the beast first, do not mind him. What power could he have with those second-rate beasts? With that said, he summoned his 2 mid-level dangerous creatures, the Highland Mountain Master and the Steel Armor Beetle. Rin also followed closely behind. She summoned the Iron Magic Tree and the Sleepy Butterfly, as well as the recently tamed high-level dangerous species, the Blood Lion. On the other side, Lin Yuxin summoned the Flower Ghost Tiger and the Electric-Tailed Swallow. She could not stand how a few people kept picking on Su Heng. "We're all in the same team. Is not it wrong for you to talk behind someone's back like this?" Lu Chong scoffed this. "Nonsense, in a squad, of course, whoever is stronger gets listened to. Maybe Su Heng, that dead weight, will still have to rely on Brother Wang when the time comes." But before he could finish speaking, he noticed that his red phosphorus beast was actually trembling. Lu Chong immediately felt uneasy. The next second, the dragon, snake, and lizard actually took the initiative to run out of Su Heng's control. Upon hearing Lu Chong speak disrespectfully to Su Heng, it immediately became enraged. With a swift lash of its tail, it sent the trash flying dozens of meters away. Seeing the scene, Lu Chong was immediately furious. "What the hell do you mean?" However, Su Heng pretended to look innocent. "Are you talking about me? I clearly did not do anything." Seeing his fake innocent expression, Lu Chong felt this was an outright humiliation. "Su Heng, you're trying to pick a fight, right?" Then he released another bloodhunt wolf. The best actor, Su Heng, wore a helpless expression again. "No, it's all a misunderstanding. Look, I never gave any combat orders. It was the Longshixi itself." But before he could finish his sentence, the Longshixi on the other side in an instant destroyed Wang Xuan's steel helmet again. Wang Xuan was immediately enraged when he saw this, but Su Heng turned around and pretended to lecture Longshixi. "My God, Longshixi, how could you do this? You're making it very hard for me to do my job." Lu Chong immediately stepped in to criticize Su Heng. "We're a team. Do not you know we should stick together?" Hearing this, Su Heng laughed. "Did not you just say that in the squad whoever is stronger gets to lead, and we're a mismatched group with mismatched beasts? So it's normal to be a little rude, right? Anyway, we'll all have to rely on Brother Wang in the end, will not we?" Wang Xuan's mouth twisted in anger when he heard this. The next second, Su Heng's aura instantly soared, overwhelming everyone. "Brother Wang, if you're not convinced, let's spar." Wang Xuan was instantly so scared he did not dare look him in the eye, but he still stubbornly argued, "I was not talking about your dragon serpent lizard. Are you mistaken?" Su Heng let out a cold snort. "What's wrong? Are you scared now?" Wang Xuan nervously swallowed. His face turned awkward. He had not expected that Su Heng would not give him any way out. Look at his expression. Su Heng smiled. Then he looked at Wang Xuan with a playful expression. "I really do not. You can go with Lu Chong. I'll let Longshixi fight 4 of them." Lu Yu, standing to the side, was somewhat surprised. He did not expect Su Heng to have such a bold side. "This is getting interesting." A moment later, the 3 people and 5 beasts arrived at a clearing. Su Heng said frankly, "I will not bully both of you. Let's go together." Seeing that Su Heng completely disregarded them, Wang Xuan angry. "Damn it. Do you think this is an elder advising a junior? Today I'm going all in with you." The next second, the 4 beast tamers simultaneously charged at Su Heng. This is the toughest Su Heng has ever been, facing the provocation of his idiotic teammates. He actually chose to take on all 4 of them in front of everyone. "Come on, bring it on. I want to see if it's my fists that are hard, or if it's your mouths that are tough." Wang Xuan saw that he was being underestimated, immediately frantic and furious. "Damn it. I'm going all in with you. Get the now." Red Phosphor Beast, Steel Armor Helmet, Blood Hunter Wolf, Highland Mountain Lion. The 4 beast tamers simultaneously launched their charge, but when seeing this scene, Su Heng sneered coldly. A simple and effective tactic, but in the face of absolute strength, it seems rather childish. "Go ahead, Long, Snake, and Lizard. Be careful not to hurt them." As soon as Su Heng finished speaking, the tail of the dragon snake lizard struck like lightning. The Blood Hunter Wolf, who was in the front, was instantly sent flying 100 meters away. Seeing this, the 2 of them were immediately stunned. "Damn, this kid has only been a dual mentor for a few months. How's he so strong?" However, at this moment on the field, Steel Armor Helmet and Highland Cougar simultaneously activated their talent skills, but facing the combined attack of the remaining 3 beast masters, the dragon serpent lizard killed them as easily as chickens. With a claw swipe, it sent the blood mage flying. A cunning attack forced the Steel Armor Helmet underground. In just a few breaths, the dragon serpent lizard had slaughtered them all without leaving a single survivor. On the other side, the two female team members watching were in shock. When did he become this strong? A few minutes later, Su-heng completely subdued the two of them. Even the usually arrogant Lu Chong actively tried to please him. The other three watched as Lu Chong fawned over Su-heng like a lapdog. Everyone was speechless. Lu Chong is quite a character. How come I never noticed before? Su-heng was also surprised. Complete strength-based supremacy is a common idea in this era, but someone like Lu Chong is rare. But luckily he's a teammate. He could only turn a blind eye to it. The time has come to the next day. The convoy arrives at the location of the six-way duel tournament, Red Maple Valley. It is named after the red maples that grow there. The main structure of the duel arena is built with thunder shadow stones. Not only is it sturdy, but it also has self-healing capabilities. A moment later, Su-heng gets out of the car, but he is surprised to discover there's actually a convoy that arrived before them. Lu Yu introduced, these are people from Red Scorpion. They're on good terms with us. Just then, a tall woman walked over. Surprise flickered across her face. Lu Yu, I did not expect you to be leading the team this year. Lu Yuan heard this and walked over. Long time no see, Ji-Fit. I did not expect your Red Scorpion town to be the first one here. Just as the two were chatting happily, suddenly a horn sounded. The sound startled them all. Ji-Fit immediately got angry. She gritted her teeth and turned her head, but she saw that the other person was still honking the horn nonstop. The next second, she stormed over, seething with anger. Then, there was a loud bang. She kicked the car with force. A few seconds later, Taiko Town's leader Tame got off the car. He helplessly waved his hand. Ji-Fei, who provoked you? You iron lump, why did you carry it? Ji-Fei became even angrier after hearing that. She bent over and scolded angrily. Who told you to blare your horn and disturb me? However, at that moment, Wang Yi, the seated player beside Tame, suddenly spotted Su-heng. Meanwhile, Su-heng also noticed. He seemed a little curious at that moment. Is that Taiku City's seated player? Night fell. More and more convoys arrived one after another, so no one had a good night's sleep. But fortunately, everyone managed to arrive on time. The next day, after the traditional rules were clarified and the judges took their oath, the six-region duel officially began. The panel of judges was led by the masters of the six regional gathering points. Therefore, each judge had a professional level or higher skill. Ensuring the fairness of the competition, the Six Lands duel uses a relatively fair point system. 30 people will duel 5 times through a draw. Winning a match adds 1 point. Conversely, losing a match deducts 1 point. The person with the highest score wins. Meanwhile, at the duel arena registration desk, Su-heng's turn. The competition rules state that each person can only register 2 spirit beasts. Su-heng was silent for a moment. The dragon, snake, and lizard are fine, but if we include the treasure-seeking dragon beast, it might attract others' attention. So to avoid any accident, he intentionally wrote mixed blood scaled beast. The man with the center-parted hair behind him saw this, and immediately laughed. I cannot believe such a powerful force like the Black Lamp Gathering would have such trash among them. Bringing a mixed blood scale beast to compete. Is not this just handing out free points? A moment later, with the host's introduction, the first round of the preliminary match, each contestant may change their beast once at most. The beast tamer loses the ability to fight and immediately loses the match, and the first match is between Su-heng from Blackland Fortress and Li Mang from Lian Town. With the referee's command, battle begins. The six regions duel tournament officially begins. Li Mang on the opposite side is quite arrogant. Show me your beast tamer. The cannon fodder from Black Lamp Fortress. But looking at the other side's intermediate dangerous species, cloud-striped leopard, Su-heng was somewhat speechless. This intermediate dangerous species, it probably could not even beat my subordinate, Lu Chong, but Li had an inexplicable confidence. It turned out he had just learned from his teammate that Su-heng only had a hybrid-blooded scaled beast, so facing Su-heng this trash, his confidence is overflowing. Kid, do not worry. Although you only have a mixed blood scale beast, I will not bully you. After all, for a beastmaster, cultivation is about cultivating the mind. Napa, I'm far stronger than you, but you should dare to fight back. But his pretentious act, even the audience cannot stand it. Bullshit. You're just an intermediate-level dangerous species, acting all tough. Fight quickly. If you're not going to fight, scram and do not waste my time. Su-heng did not bother to waste words with this show-off. Without another word, he summoned the dragon serpent lizard. The dragon snake lizard gave the other a glance. When it realized the opponent was only a mid-tier trash cloud pattern leopard, it actually lay down in front of the entire audience and started to sleep. The thug was immediately furious, his teeth itching. Seeing that this beast tamer had no fighting spirit, he guessed it was not a high-tier breed. He then ordered the cloud pattern leopard to attack with a charge. But the next moment, a stunning scene unfolds. This is a top-tier dragon snake lizard, but Li Meng mistakenly thinks it's just trash. He even tries to lecture Su-heng in a superior tone, but his smug attitude was unbearable even for the audience. As Su-heng could not be bothered to waste words with this show-off, immediately summoned the dragon snake and lizard. With a single lash of the tail, he strikes the opponent's trashy cloud-patterned leopard fiercely into the wall. Seeing this, Li Meng was stunned and dumbfounded. Was not this kid supposed to have just a trashy mixed blood-scaled beast? What kind of unspeakable methods did he use? However, when the referee announced Su-heng's victory in the first match, and was about to call for Liu Mang to battle with his beast in the second round, Li Meng suddenly lodged a protest. I accuse him of cheating. The referee was speechless. Young man, you do not even recognize a top-tier dangerous species, the Longshi lizard. Li Meng was instantly dumbfounded. Dragon Snake Lizard is not his beast companion, a mixed blood scale beast, but he quickly regained his mysterious confidence. What if it's a top-tier Dragon Snake Lizard? Will not give up easily. The next second, he summoned another mid-level dangerous species Shellhound, with what he thought was a cool pose. However, the result is quite a slap in the face. Long Shexi struck again, knocking the Earthhound down, but the audience saw this scene, and immediately became indignant, protesting loudly. Unfair. Black Lamb Fortress actually sent a contestant with a top-tier dangerous species to compete. Yeah, and it's in the later stages of growth. As Suing's #1 fanboy, Lu Chong was the first to step forward. What the hell are you talking about? My brother Su's Dragon Snake Lizard has not reached maturity yet, even if it's only 1 day away. It still does not exceed the competition's age limit. At this moment, his face was full of arrogance. He looked at everyone with a disdainful gaze. If you're so capable, go capture a top-level dangerous species. What's the matter, not satisfied? If you're not satisfied, keep it to yourself. Let me tell you, I Suji am amazing *snap snap**. I grew up in a beast training egg since I was little. The day I became a beast tamer, those beast tamers lined up asking me, Suji, to choose them. Do you understand what it means to be a genius? Look at me, Lu Chong's full remark successfully raised everyone's level of hatred to the max. Wang Xuan, sitting next to him, unconsciously moved his seat a bit farther away. He looked at Rihanna, who was staring at him in confusion. He immediately looked embarrassed. I swear that guy must have been knocked silly by Su Heng. I'm not even close to him now. On the other side, the first round of the 6th district duel tournament was basically just weaklings exchanging blows. Meanwhile, experts like Su Heng defeated their opponents in one move. Apart from Su Heng, the Black Lantern Fortress team was victorious in every match. Wang Xuan also unleashed his full potential. After 20 minutes of fighting, he won the battle. Additionally, Rina scored 1 point. The other 2 lost their matches. Till the 4th match, Su Heng faced the seeded player Wang Ai from Tiku Town. His opponent has 2 mature high-level dangerous species. He is one of the favorites to make the top 8. Like Zhu Ai also maintains a winning streak of 3 consecutive victories. According to past experience, usually only by winning all 5 matches and earning 5 points can one safely be promoted, so this battle is important for both of them. However, Wang Yi's starting lineup features a high-level dangerous steel-type creature, a Claw Black Tiger, which possesses a steel skin talent skill. Every time at a critical moment, he would use tempered steel to counter the Dragon Snake Lizard's attacks. Suing understood. The opponent intended to rely on the defense of the steel element to adopt a trade-off approach, exchanging damage to wear down his Dragon Snake Lizard. But how could he be easily fooled? He then directed the Dragon Snake Lizard's gravity autonomous cannon. Immediately, the Dragon Snake Lizard crouched down on all fours. The amplification gained through earth power continuously strengthens the evil thought bombs. It is performing high-speed movement and shooting. This is the new offensive after the Dragon Serpent Lizard's evolution. At this moment on the field, the Dragon Serpent Lizard continuously gathers evil energy in its mouth, then countless evil thought bombs are fired like cannonballs. Facing the sudden strike while the Dragon Serpent Lizard is moving at high speed, the Steel Claw Black Tiger has no time to react. In an instant, accompanied by a deafening explosion, the arena was immediately filled with swirling smoke, but after a moment, as the smoke cleared, an ice wall appeared blocking the attack. Seeing the sudden turn of events, the audience at the scene could not help but break into a cold sweat. Luckily, the referee acted quickly. Otherwise, something bad could have happened. That aggressive attack was really intense. Immediately after, the referee announced that Suing won the first round. At this moment, Wang Yi showed a serious expression. How this round, the Dragon Snake Lizard must have expended a lot of energy, and its second mixed blood scaled beast should have little fighting ability. After all, no one can in such a short time cultivate 2 spirit beasts to such a powerful level simultaneously. Thinking this, his confidence soared. He immediately summoned his strongest main force, high-level danger species double-tailed steel whisker beast. This battle, he absolutely must avenge his previous defeat. It's over. Su Heng's Dragon Serpent Lizard is about to die. Just now, the Dragon Serpent Lizard used a spectacular high-speed self-propelled cannon to eliminate Wang Yi's Steel Claw Black Tiger, but Wang Yi believes the Dragon Serpent Lizard is at the end of its rope. He confidently summoned his strongest main force, high-level danger species double-tailed steel whisker beast. Su Heng's expression grew serious. He had the Dragon Snake Lizard test the opponent's strength using the Evil Thought Ball first, then it would gradually regain stamina. Next, the Dragon Snake Lizard used its flying advantage to continuously launch attacks from the sky. But when Zhui saw this, he showed a confident expression. The Steel Whisker Beast was his true main force. He firmly believed this battle was certain to win. Steel Transformation Ultimate Tail Double Weasel Saw. With a wave of his right hand, under his command, the Steel Whisker Beast immediately used the level 4 transformation skill, Ultimate Tail Double Weasel Saw. All the spectators at the scene were stunned by this overwhelming momentum. Many even believe Su Heng's defeat is certain. Only his little fanboy Lu Chong still firmly believes his boss Su Heng has a trump card. Meanwhile on the field, Wang Yi wears an expression of assured victory. With his shout of attack, the steel-bristled beast instantly charges towards the Dragon Serpent Lizard. The Dragon Serpent Lizard in poor condition. Before he could react, he was forcefully pinned to the ground by the Steel Whisker Beast. Seeing the scene, Su Heng's expression grew increasingly grave. The Dragon Snake Lizard's evil energy bullets hit the opponent's hardened skin, with no effect at all. Only the evil energy beam could break through the defense. The Dragon Snake Lizard could not do anything to the opponent. Damn it. Just then, Wang Ya offered to let Su Heng concede. After all, their goal was to compete for the top 3. There was no need to continue this way. Otherwise, if we continued fighting like this, we would only be benefiting others. But Su Heng knew this was just a feint. If he really admits defeat, it'll be difficult for Kong Pa to advance to the stronger group, and how could he possibly compete for the top 3? Then he looked at the other person with an amused expression. In that case, is not it the same if you admit defeat? Wang Ya did not get angry upon hearing this. The initiative is now in his hands. If Su Heng takes the initiative to admit defeat, that would be best. But if he reasons, then I will beat him until he admits defeat. Having said that, the Steel Whisker Beast uses its skill again, Double Tail Strangle. In an instant, the 2 tails of the Steel Whisker Beast lash like iron whips, constantly striking the Dragon Snake Lizard. But just then, the Dragon Serpent Lizard quickly counterattacks, launching the Earth Spear skill. Immediately, countless earth spikes erupt from the ground. The Steel Bristle Beast is instantly thrown several meters into the air. Although this attack did not cause any damage, it allowed the Dragon Serpent Lizard to break free from its opponent's hold. Standing on the sidelines, Zhu Ye confidently speaks, saying it's useless. An attack of this level simply cannot break through its defense. Upon hearing this, Su Heng showed a faint smile of satisfaction. What if there were a few more? As his voice, the Dragon Snake Lizard activated its skill Earth Spear Sacrifice. However, unlike last time, this time the Earth Spear instantly covered the entire field. Many of the spectators were stunned. What a terrifying battle. It completely changed the terrain. The scene shifts back to the arena. The Dragon Snake Lizard and Steel Whisker Beast are both panting heavily, standing still, beginning to face off. Wang Yi's expression is no longer calm. The situation has exceeded his expectation. This prolonged battle is very disadvantageous for him. The Dragon Snake Lizard can absorb earth energy to recover its stamina at any time. Thinking this, he steeled his heart. Go, let's gamble a small chance for a big win. Immediately, he ordered the Steel Bristle Beast to use its innate skill, Steel Strike. A hail. The next moment, the spike scales on the Steel Fang Beast shot out like bullets. The Dragon Snake Lizard quickly flew into the air, trying to avoid the spikes. Wang Yi was overjoyed when he saw this. A great opportunity. Steel Splitter Tail Sniper. It was almost at the same time. The Steel Beast tail was like a series of large sniper rifles, swiftly shooting toward the Dragon Serpent Lizard. The Dragon Serpent Lizard could not dodge in time in the air, and was hit by all 6 sniper shots. Wang Yi's expression gradually grew intense. He shouted, "Reel it in." Instantly, the Steel Beast's tail wrapped around the Dragon Serpent Lizard. It used all its strength and pulled hard. It slammed the Dragon, Snake, and Lizard fiercely to the ground. But just then, an accident happened. For the first time in actual combat, it unleashed a level 4 awakening skill, Dragon Might Dragon Spirit Hammer. Immediately after, countless dark attribute energies gathered in the air to form a massive war hammer. Feeling the completely unequal power, Zhu decisively admits defeat. In the next moment, a wall of ice appears again, blocking Jay's fatal blow. It is at this moment, the referee steps in to announce the second round. Su Hengxing from Black Lantern Fortress, accompanied by watching Su Heng's victory. The list of 5-time winners is out, directly advancing to the top 8. Almost every gathering place has one person. They are the seeded players from each major gathering place. It's just a pity for Wang Yi from Ironclad City. He was knocked out by Su Heng with a direct hammer blow. 6 people achieved a record of 4 wins and 1 loss, securing 3 points. These 6 then went through the elimination rounds, and ultimately 3 advanced to the quarterfinals. Among the strongest, Wang Yi also successfully passed the elimination rounds and entered the quarterfinals. Thus the quarterfinals lineup is set. We only wait tomorrow's decisive battles. The quarterfinal format is also very simple. The finalists face off one by one. The winners continue on. The losers are eliminated. And Su Heng once again demonstrates his luck. He is selected draw first, and by chance he draws the weakest opponent, Luffy. After the match, Luffy decisively surrenders. "You won, Master Luffy." The audience was instantly buzzing. In less than 20 seconds, both beast tamers were taken out. Is not this obvious? The level difference is too large. Exactly. The one who became the most arrogant was Lu Chong. Even Eagle Ford is just a weakling. Bring one, I'll have my Suji crush it. My Suji just amazing. Even the way he crushes noobs looks so cool. You bunch of noobs, watch closely. This is the power of my Blacklight Fortress. However, these words were overheard by a bald man. He was really angry, because it was exactly the chicken from Liao Chong's mouth. I did not expect Black Lantern Fortress to be this arrogant. Su Heng, right? I'll remember you. At this moment, if Su Heng on the field knew, Liao Chong not only used his name to call the shots, but also brought such a huge amount of hatred towards him. He'd probably kick Liao Chong to death. A moment later, the second battle of today begins. It is Liu Gang from Lion Town versus Chen Dingo from Shazin. Liu Gang's beast is a special grade dangerous species red grade Seat Wolf, and a high grade dangerous species Lifeng Kanji, while Chen Dingo has a special grade fire scaled beast, and a mid-grade Sandline Mantis. The battle between the two is undoubtedly a hard-fought one. Lifeng Kanji, at the cost of his beautiful feathers, defeated both opponents with his powerful level 3 wind elemental skill. In the second battle, Lu Fengji had not even managed to deplete much of the fire scale beast's stamina before suffering a swift defeat. Afterwards, Leland sent out his strongest spirit beast, the red level Dire Wolf, and decisively defeated the fire scale beast. Ultimately, Chen Dingo was unfortunately eliminated. The third battle was between Ji Meiyu of Hongxi Town and Quang Zheng of Liaoning Fort. After a fierce battle, Ji Meiyu used a top-grade King Scorpion and high-level Black Needle Blood Scorpion to defeat Quang Zheng's high-level Explosive Ape and high-level Explosion Beast. Ji Meiyu successfully advanced to the top 4, but the fourth battle between Y and bald Kiayu. However, Wang Yi's face was darker than coal at this moment. He only felt that the heavens were unfair. First he encountered that pervert Su Heng. He had barely fought his way back from the resurrection round, only to meet Kiyu, a fellow whose perversion was no less than Su Heng's, but as a man of Taiku City, he naturally would not give up easily. But what good would it do not to give up? The gap in strength is too obvious. He can only watch as his steel fang beast is ruthlessly beaten by the opponent. But just then, Kuai Yu took the initiative to find Su Heng. You're Suji from Black Lamp Fortress, right? Right now, it's just the two of us with perfect win records. Why did not we skip the draw? Let's just fight directly. Dare you take... Su Heng was immediately confused. He could not help but grumble inwardly. What the heck? I do not have any grudge with you. Why are you targeting me? I still want to draw lots, bro. However, before Su Heng could respond, Lu Chong was the first to stand up. Why did not you answer the call? Even the trash from Ying Fortress? Let's see how Brother Su will kill you. Su Heng immediately understood. He grabbed Lu Chong with a displeased expression. What the hell? So was you little punk, who offended them. Lu Chong wanted to argue a bit more, but Su Heng immediately got angry. He slapped him hard across the face. What the hell are you explaining? Ultimately having no other choice, Su Heng could only grit his teeth and agree. At this moment Kuiyu's anger blazed. With a serious expression he told Su Heng, just now you defeated me and humiliated me, boasting about how small-minded the Falcon Fortress Steed Masters are. Now you're showing how utterly pathetic you are. At this moment Su Heng felt so awkward that his eyes turned pale. Please let me explain. There must be some misunderstanding. Upon hearing this, Kuai let a cold laugh. Do not. The domineering Suji who bullies people in different ways. What's there explain? Hearing this, Lu Chong was the first to get restless. Exactly. What's there explain? Suji, kill that little bastard Kias. Su Heng froze for a moment. He decided to give him a few more slaps when he got back. The next second, a late stage of special class dangerous species, the violent ape. Suin sensed danger. The opponent had withdrawn its main force, the eagle lion beast, and replaced it with a violent ape, clearly intended to exhaust the dragon serpent lizard's stamina. Oh no, here comes the dragon serpent lizard's most awesome moment arrives. Facing Kaiyu's confident expression, it directly blasts out a destructive beam. It even completely obliterates the opponent's explosive ape. After Lu Chong's arrogant speech, Kuai Yu completely holds a grudge against Su Heng. Learning the truth, Su Heng slapped Lu Chong. He had no choice but to accept the challenge, but Kiyu only sent out his second beast, a late stage of special class dangerous species, a burst ape. Su Heng felt a sense of foreboding, because the opponent held back their main force, the eagle lion beast. Clearly they intended to drain the dragon serpent lizard's stamina first, finally delivering a decisive blow. Meanwhile on the field, the exploding ape, using its agility advantage, continuously moves back and forth. The dragon serpent lizard has no chance to get close. After a short while, the dragon serpent lizard is panting from exhaustion, and all this is according to Kaiyu's plan. He does not engage in direct combat with the dragon serpent lizard. Instead, I'll use the ape's agility to wear down my opponent. I still have one main battle beast left anyway. Let's see how you win today. Taking advantage of the dragon serpent lizard's moment of respite, the explosive ape gathers the fire attribute energy around it in its mouth. The next second, countless beams of fire like missiles assault the dragon serpent lizard. The instant they make contact, a roar of intense heat erupted. The massive energy generated from several overlapping blasts of fire instantly forced the dragon serpent lizard back dozens of meters, but the next moment, the dragon serpent lizard, unwilling to be outdone, concentrated its dark energy. But Kiyu saw through this move immediately. He sneered inwardly, trying to use the Dragon Roar Hammer again, a level 4 skill. But you thought you could secretly hide this from me? Too knave. Explosive Ape's level 3 awakening skill activated. Kuai's angry roar. The explosive ape instantly activated its flame will rage armor. Flames erupted around it, its momentum instantly increasing tenfold with the flame will. Then it activated its skill again, a rubber band slingshot powered by ape's strength. Watching the exploding ape's imminent attack, Long Shexi revealed his 8-pack abs and began to mobilize his dragon power. The next moment, the two enormous beasts collided. This is also the first time Long Shexi had ever touched the exploding ape. Seeing this, Kuai Yu looked smug. I knew you'd use the Dragon Roar Warhammer to smash my head. But do you think I'm as foolish as Zhu Ai? He said. He issued another command, raging a headshot. The next moment, the exploding ape instantly widened its crimson eyes. Then, it jerked its head back violently, planning to initiate the attack with his head. Kuai Yu was quite pleased when he saw this. The variant of the Fury Armor headbutt attack. Right now the strongest defense is the head. The strongest attack is also the head. Come on. Let me take the Dragon Roar Warhammer head on and show you. However, Su Heng now wore a playful expression. It's quite interesting to direct and act yourself, but who told you that throw power is the Dragon Roar Warhammer? Kuai Yu instantly felt something was wrong upon hearing this. What? The next second, an energy ball condensed in the Longshi lizard's mouth, accompanied by a low rumbling sound. Seeing the scene, Kai quickly shouted retreat, but before his words could finish, a powerful laser shot straight at the explosive ape. The impact was extraordinary. It pierced through the explosive ape, whose defenses were fully activated. Seeing this, Kuai Yu was stunned. Just then, the referee declared Su Heng the winner of the first match. Kuai Yu, regaining his composure, said good. Immediately afterward, he unleashed his main force, the Eagle Lion Beast. He looked at Su Heng with a blank expression. This time I would not give you another chance. Su Heng's expression was extremely serious. This arena is highly unfavorable to the Dragon Serpent Lizard, and the eagle lion beast excels at aerial combat. Meanwhile, the dragon serpent lizard has never experienced aerial combat before. Plus the consumption of the exploding ape, the Nappa dragon lizard is a top-tier dangerous species. Compass chances are slim now. But just then, a voice broke the deadlock. We Blackland Fort concede. Su Heng immediately looked up. He saw Commander Lu Yu standing up. As the leader of Black Lantern Fortress, she has the authority to make this decision on behalf of the competitors. At first, Su Heng did not quite understand the situation, but he quickly realized it turned out that this duel was only for the chance to compete for 3 spots to enter the ruins, so the rewards for the top 3 were exactly the same. Retain strength to enter the ruins later. The true winner is the one who gains the most benefits. In the end, Su Heng achieved 2nd place in the final. He earned the qualification to enter the Blood Forest ruins. Meanwhile, Kiyu and Jimayu ranked 1st and 3rd respectively. Thus, the long-running 6-region competition came to a close. Moments later, Su Heng arrived at Lu Yu's camp. Lu Yu expressed his admiration for his performance. Originally, even the fort master had little faith in this year's final results. I did not expect Su Heng to break through the encirclement. He really got a spot. So I cannot help but tell Su Heng some information. This will determine whether he will make any gains in this relic exploration. Upon hearing this, Su Heng immediately became serious. You are the 2nd person in the past 3 sessions to earn a spot as a Black Lantern Fortress tamer. The previous one was your senior sister Zai Su. But do you know, what's the most valuable thing in the Blood Forest ruins? Su Heng is speechless. How would I know if you do not tell me? Looking at his dumbfounded expression, Lu Yu stopped beating around the bush. There are quite a few young pets in the Blood Forest ruins that are extremely rare and possess amazing potential, and these young pets are often priceless. But according to the relic owner's agreement, you cannot bring out a large number of spirit beasts. However, as long as you find and subdue 1 or 2 suitable spirit beasts, it will be a great opportunity for you. In addition, the Blood Forest relic is rich in precious dragon-type materials. Even if you Nappa do not need them, you can also exchange them with other beast masters for other materials. Su Heng secretly rejoiced. You should know he is the man who possesses a treasure-seeking beast. The Blood Forest ruins are bound to be his lucky place. Lu Yu continued speaking. The Blood Forest ruins are vast. Even after many years of exploration in the 6 major gathering sites of Nappa, we've barely touched 1/10 of it. And this notebook contains all the information we found during our exploration of the ruins at Hiding Fort. This is all the information we have, but I need to emphasize again, even with the promise of the ruins owner to protect, there have still been many who ended up buried within the ruins over the years. Su Heng took the notebook. He stated that he would be cautious. Before leaving, Lu Yu handed him another treasure. Su Heng looked somewhat confused. What is it? Lu Yu, this is where the castle lord sealed the power of his first main beast companion. Inside it might be of great use at a crucial moment. Time moved to the evening. In front of the Blood Forest ruins entrance, the team leaders of all the gathering forces infused their spiritual power into the formation. In the next moment, a huge entrance appeared in mid-air. A moment later, a Tyrannosaurus Rex crawled out from within. It was the terrifying beast from the Blood Forest ruins. After explaining the rules to the 3 of them, the next second, Su Heng and the others were teleported to the Blood Forest ruins. The ruin exploration officially began. The lifespan of the head hydra is 10,000 years. After death, a mosquito dragon's body will grow a plant. This plant grows 1 leaf every 1,000 years, and this particular Wagio plant has a full 7 leaves. Any creature that eats it will transform into a Jialong. This yellow-skinned toad wants to seize it, but the next moment, a 100-meter-long crocodile bursts out of the water. It turns out that not long ago, Su Heng. After the 3 of them regained their senses, a massive, bloodthirsty Tyrannosaurus appeared in front of them. Jimayu recognized it as the relic envoy responsible for guiding them. She then told everyone to close their eyes. The next second, the Tyrannosaurus spat out saliva. Before the 3 could react, they were drenched in it. This marked Su Heng and the others with the Tyrannosaurus scent. From now on, as long as they do not take the initiative to attack, creatures in the Blood Forest will not attack them randomly. Of course, this is limited to the outer regions. If they enter the core area, it cannot guarantee their safety, and a month later, it will send them out of the ruins based on the scent they leave behind. Having explained everything, the Tyrannosaurus turned and left. At this time, Jimayu suggested, each gathering place has its own data. Then let's split up and explore separately. Look at Jimayu soaking wet. I did not expect that Kiyu would show such a lecherous expression. He immediately agreed to the suggestion. To hide the secret of the treasure-hunting dragon beast, Su Heng naturally would not refuse. At Jimmy's suggestion, Su Heng and the other 2 headed off in different directions to explore. After a while, he followed the treasure-finding beast to a river valley, but he had some doubts. The information said that the *Kuagio* grass likes shade but needs a dry environment. Look, there are rivers everywhere around here. This place does not seem to have anything to do with dryness. Treasure-finding beast, are you sure that thing grows here? Hearing Su Heng's doubt, the treasure-seeking beast was furious. It jabbered on and on, saying a lot. Su Heng felt embarrassed. No, how could I not trust you? Lead the way, lead the way. Then, Su Heng followed the treasure-seeking beast as it kept weaving through the valley. Since the treasure-seeking beast gained the ability to fly, it did not like being held anymore, but looking at its rounded rear end, Su grinned. Carrying over 20 pounds for too long is really a bit much. But just then, the dragon snake lizard suddenly reminded him. Su Heng instantly snapped back to attention. He fixed his gaze ahead. To his surprise, there was something else here. The dry environment combined with the in river. Maybe there really is such a treasure. A few minutes later, The treasure-hunting beast seemed to have discovered something and began to fly towards the ground. Following the direction the treasure-hunting beast indicated, Su-heng was startled. It's actually Wajio grass. In the Haedian Ford Elders records, this thing is called Tuipi cow. But in the Daily Dragon canon, it's the famous dragon transformation herb. It's the dragon marrow left after a giant dragon's fall, a miraculous object born under specific conditions over hundreds of years. It allows any creature that consumes it to transform into an extremely powerful Jia dragon. Moreover, the older it is, the greater the chance of transformation. And this dragon transformation herb not only has a deep dark color, it has grown 7 more leaves. Su-heng's eyes immediately lit up. This time he has encountered something extraordinary, but just at that moment, a sudden quack echoed through the quiet river valley. Su-heng and the dragon snake lizard were both startled. The treasure-hunting beast was so scared that it jumped onto Su-heng's head. Look at its appearance. Su-heng also sensed something was wrong. He hurriedly signaled the dragon snake lizard to run. In the next moment, the dragon snake lizard swiftly leaped with Su-heng to the cliffside. Immediately after, 2 heads peeked out from behind a rock. A moment later, a giant foot landed in the river valley. At this moment, Su-heng felt a sense of dread from the earlier recklessness. This is the mosquito grass after all. There must be powerful demon beasts guarding the area. Sure enough, the scent of the ripe Wajio grass attracted the first kind beast. This is a top-tier, extremely dangerous species from the first echelon, triple attribute beast combining water, lightning, and poison. The Wulei, it seems to have reached its perfect stage. The scent of the ripe Wajio grass. The bird thunderclam immediately discovered its location, using its powerful jumping ability. The Wulei toad suddenly leaped to the air, opening its huge mouth. It was about to swallow the Hwajio grass whole, but then an accident happened. A giant crocodile suddenly leaped from the water, its huge bloody mouth gaping open, waiting for its prey. Su-heng involuntarily gasped. A super dangerous species combining the water evil beast and power elements, the deep pool giant crocodile. It has definitely reached its growth limit in terms of size. But just as he thought the thunder toad was doomed, the thunder toad quickly summoned its own lightning. In the next moment, the lightning surged into the giant crocodile's mouth. The giant crocodile was instantly enraged. It quickly shut its mouth. The wolf viciously lashed its tail against the frog. Seeing the scene, Su-heng slightly furrowed his brows. So this is the battle between top-tier dangerous species. It's a pity that even though the Ur frog had the first move, it still could not turn the tables. But the next second he was slapped in the face by reality. He only heard a sizzling electric current sound all around. He looked up. The thunderbird toad's body is surrounded by rolling lightning. Its belly expands at a visibly fast rate. Su-heng was immediately shocked when he saw this. Moments later, the thunderbird toad reached its maximum expansion. The next moment, it instantly released 100,000 volts of electricity. This strike had tremendous explosive power. Boosted by the conductivity of the river water, the deep pool giant kissing crocodile received massive damage. Multiple places were billowing with black smoke. Moments later, the thunder clam landed on the ground. Everywhere it landed were electrocuted fish. This attack was incredibly effective. The surrounding river water was evaporating, constantly steaming. The deep pool giant kissing crocodile lay motionless on the ground. Seeing this, Su-heng could not help but break out in a cold sweat. Never expected this outcome. This blood forest is truly fraught with danger. It's a pity that I would not be able to get the transforming dragon herb. However, just as the Wulei toad was about to enjoy the fruits of victory, another sudden change occurred. The giant crocodile quickly opened its eyes and lunged at the Wulei toad, and this repeated reversal left Su-heng speechless with astonishment. It's here. My pet has finally reached its 5th evolution. Usual it started out as a plain, ordinary scale lizard, but I evolved it into the top-tier dragon serpent lizard. Now after the evolution, the dragon serpent lizard has not only grown tremendously to 30 meters in length, but has also unlocked up to 32 different evolutionary paths. And all of this is thanks to this transforming dragon herb. It turns out just now, the bird thunder toad released 100,000 volts and successfully counterattacked the deep pool giant crocodile. However, just as it was about to devour the mosquito grass, the deep pool giant crocodile suddenly opened its eyes and lunged at it with its massive mouth. The bird thunder toad did not have time to react before the giant crocodile tore off one of its hind legs. Su-heng did not expect that this giant crocodile hated him so much. It even used a powerful attack and fake death to counterattack. The battle between the beastmasters was not much different. The next second, the injured Yuri crab started to run away. Although it only had one leg left, his jumping ability was still amazing, and the deep abyss giant crocodile was closely following behind. Seeing that both giant beasts had left, Su-heng, who stayed in place, was immediately stunned. He never expected that he would get such an advantage. Although the process was quite surreal, at least he got this mosquito-repellent grass. For Su-heng, the immediate priority right now? Well, of course, to run as far as possible. On the other side, the giant crocodile quickly caught up and killed the thunder frog, but just as it was feasting heartily, a fragrant smell suddenly wafted from the woods. The giant crocodile was startled. It then realized that someone had beaten it to the mosquito-transforming herb. On the other side, Su-heng mounted the dragon serpent lizard and started to run away. But at that moment, the treasure-hunting beast discovered that the mosquito-transforming herb was no longer emitting its fragrance. Suddenly, the sound of trees being knocked down came from behind. Su-heng's expression gradually became serious. He had not expected the giant crocodile to catch up from dozens of kilometers away. It actually managed to follow him, but he quickly realized what the problem was. It seemed he had underestimated the attraction of the mosquito grass. To dragon-type creatures, he immediately signaled Longshexi to open its mouth. In the next moment, the dragon snake lizard devoured the mosquito grass. Feeling this immense power, the dragon snake lizard let out a long skyward howl. In the next instant, it erupted with speed several times faster than usual. Suheng's face lit up with surprise. Does this thing have an acceleration effect? But he soon sensed a trace of unusual energy. Turning around, he saw the treasure-hunting beast's resentful expression. His heart skipped a beat. Oh no, I completely forgot that the treasure-hunting beast is also a dragon type. To make up for it, he swore to the heavens that he would prioritize giving the little guy anything good he found next time. The treasure-hunting beast snorted, disbelievingly turning its head. Suheng immediately extended his pinky finger. Come on, let's make a pinky swear. When have I ever lied to you? A moment later, the treasure-seeking beast also extended its pinky. Just like that, man and beast made up. With the increased speed from the dragon snake lizard, they quickly left the giant-mouthed crocodile behind. However, the next second, the dragon snake lizard suddenly loses power. Its eyes glow white as it falls toward the ground. At the same time, its body constantly emits the smell of essential dragon herb, and the scales on its surface keep shedding. Seeing this, Suheng immediately channels his mental power into the dragon snake lizard. The next moment, the dragon snake lizard suddenly, it jumped high from the ground, and then fell from the cliff into a forest. After landing, the dragon snake lizard also fell into a deep unconsciousness. Suheng gently stroked the dragon snake lizard with pain in his heart. The energy from the mosquito grass was still dissipating. He feared that it might attract some dangerous creatures, and he did not know how long it would take for the dragon snake lizard to recover. Suddenly he thought of a solution. Night falls. Suheng covers the dragon snake lizard with some straw. In the past, the dragon snake lizard fought desperately to protect him. This time, it's his turn to protect the dragon snake lizard. Thinking back to the past, from the scale lizard to the dragon snake lizard, and then from the dragon snake lizard to an even higher level, each evolution of a pet controller. All of this comes with greater dangers and suffering. And eventually, they will be stopped by the limitations of their own bloodline. At that point, the beast masters will have to face the difficult choice of replacing their beasts, and those beasts that cannot keep up with their master's progress will no longer be helpful. Instead, they will become a burden to their masters, and the beast masters will also subdue higher level beasts with stronger bloodlines. For the use of two, even a strong individual like Zhou, he must face this choice. A beginner beastmaster's beast will not accompany them for life. Of course, this also brings immense emotional and psychological trauma for the beastmaster. Therefore, beastmasters will not completely abandon these beasts. Instead, they will place them under human care and feeding until the end of their lives. Whenever he thought of this, Suheng would feel a wave of unease. He swore to use all his strength to help the dragon snake lizard evolve, because he truly could not let go of his feelings for the dragon snake lizard. The next morning, Suheng was playing rock, paper, scissors with the treasure-seeking beast. Lose a hit. Suheng warned the treasure-seeking beast that it could only hit once. The next second, the treasure-hunting beast clenched its fist as big as a sandbag and gave Suheng a punch. There's a bit of personal vendetta mixed in here. Suheng immediately got furious. Damn, you dare to use so much strength. You're done for. Come at me again. The next second, a giant fist struck, defeating two scissors. Look at the calm and unperturbed dragon snake lizard. Time seemed to stop at that moment. A moment later, Suheng and the treasure-seeking beast excitedly hugged the dragon snake lizard. But just then, the dragon snake lizard suddenly rose and let out an angry roar, and this also means it has successfully completed this evolution. Now the evolved dragon serpent lizard has not only rapidly grown to 30 meters, but its scales have also become deeper and harder. Suheng was very happy as he looked at the data on the ruler. After all, this meant the dragon serpent lizard had successfully entered maturity. But the next moment, the dragon serpent lizard gently pokes Suheng. He unleashes a new skill learned through this evolution. Dragon slumber. This technique can not only be used on himself, but can even help Suheng recover quickly in his sleep. Seeing Suheng, who had not slept all night, the dragon serpent lizard hopes he can get a good night's sleep, but neither of them expected that. After this, their spiritual connection has reached its peak. Meanwhile, the Dragon and Serpent Codex has undergone significant changes. It has added some previously unseen content. This includes the 32 evolutionary paths of the dragon, serpent, and lizard. This seemingly ordinary scaled lizard has now awakened 32 evolutionary paths. The hammer-tailed dragon lizard, with destructive power comparable to a heavy tank. The thunderhorn dragon lizard, naturally wielding the power of lightning. Above this, there are even more powerful higher-level horror species. The mountain maker dragon lizard, whose body is as large as a small mountain. The magma dragon lizard, possessing the ability to incinerate everything. The bastion dragon lizard, known as the war fortress. Among them, the bastion dragon lizard mainly follows a tank-like role. A combination of fighting dragon, steel, and fire types. A 4-type combined higher-level horror species. It can be called a mobile fortress of war. Its iconic steel-fire fusion skill, Metal Flame Storm, makes the enemy tremble in fear. For an ordinary master, they would need their ancestors' grave to smoke to obtain even one method of evolution. But Suheng, due to the existence of the ancient Dragon Codex, immediately gained dozens of evolutionary paths. However, just as he was agonizing over which evolutionary path was superior, the ancient Dragon Codex suddenly flipped to a page. Seeing the content on the page, Suheng was immediately captivated. It turned out that if the Dragon Serpent Lizard chose the Dragon Serpent bloodline as its main body, then it had 37 evolutionary paths towards becoming a terror species. Among them, there were 26 paths leading to intermediate-level terror species. Mist dragon snake, storm dragon snake, ice dragon snake, frost dragon snake, flame dragon snake, ice dragon snake, feather dragon snake, thunder dragon snake, electric dragon snake, fire dragon snake, rock dragon snake, steel dragon snake, bone dragon snake, grass dragon snake, earth dragon snake, fighting dragon snake, demon dragon snake, poison dragon snake, phantom dragon snake, ghost dragon snake, flying dragon snake, cloud dragon snake, hook dragon snake, giant strength dragon snake, spirit dragon snake, struggle dragon snake, sub-dragon snake, and other species. Among them, the mist dragon snake is a terrifying species that combines the mist, water, and dragon elements. Being able to ride the clouds and mist, it seems like a divine dragon. However, in Suheng's opinion, the mist dragon serpent's abilities are too flashy. Its practical value is not very high. And as for the dragon serpent bloodline, there are only 11 rare ways to evolve into a higher, terrifying species. These include the Earth Veen Dragon Serpent, the Soaring Dragon Serpent, the Quaking Dragon Serpent, and the Thunder Dragon Serpent. Different races like Wind Thunder Dragon and Snake. Among them, the Earth Veen Dragon Snake perfectly inherited the Earth Elemental talent of the Dragon Snake Lizard, but it lacks the Dark Elemental talent. This undoubtedly greatly weakens the Dragon Snake Lizard's strength, whose main power lies in the Dark Element, while the Wind Thunder Dragon Snake, a combination of Wind Dragon Dark and Lightning elements, is among the top apex predators of the high-level terrifying species. It is a species capable of wielding the power of wind and thunder, and a high-level terrifying species with near-perfect racial potential. In Suen's, the Battlefort Dragon Lizard is strong but clumsy. While the Wind Thunder Dragon Serpent may have abandoned the Earth Element's defense, it gains stronger infiltration ability and offensive methods. This is the most perfect choice in his mind. Then he touched the ancient Dragon Codex. The materials for transforming the Dragon Lizard into the Wind Thunder Dragon Serpent appeared. Now he has found the direction to move forward. Suheng directed the Dragon Snake Lizard to set off again. A few days, they arrived at Moonbay Plain, but Suheng's good luck seemed to have run out. Over the past 3 days, he had not encountered anything of value. According to the map given to him by Commander Liu, crossing here and then moving forward, it's an unexplored and dangerous area. Next, he lets the treasure-hunting beast share its vision at the start. It turns out he's further digesting the dragon transformation materials. The treasure-hunting beast has also developed a new ability. With the enhancement of psychic power, the treasure-hunting beast can share the images it explores with Suheng. After a moment, he discovers something unusual on the ground. Depends on the situation. It turns out that 2 immature fire stomach dragons are chasing after a... Oh no. To be more precise, it should be a tree. Suheng found it strange. Can trees in the ruins walk too? But soon he realized something odd about this tree. It felt like he'd seen it somewhere before. Immediately he pulled out the Dragon Codex and consulted it. He quickly found the relevant entry. Unexpectedly, it was the legendary energy-absorbing tree. According to the description in the old Dragon Codex, the entry on the energy-absorbing tree stated that it was extremely rare, near extinction. The 2 words extremely undoubtedly express the rarity of this creature. This level of evaluation is also unique in the ancient dragon classics. The energy-absorbing tree is a species from the outer void. Most energy-absorbing trees spend their entire lives in the boundless dark void, growing by absorbing dark energy from the void. Their lifespans are incredibly long. When they reach the end of their life, they will drift through the outer void in the form of seeds. Until enough energy is absorbed, it sprouts again, repeating the cycle, until the seed form is completely destroyed. As for the energy-absorbing tree, it is the seed of the outer void, entering the known world through the void cracks in the secret realm. Another rare reason for the energy-absorbing tree is that this species does not have the ability to reproduce. Suheng closed the dragon book, overjoyed. This is truly a case of someone sending a pillow when I'm sleepy. You must know that the energy absorption tree's abilities are incredibly extraordinary. It's entirely possible to shorten the time it takes for the Dragon Serpent Lizard to evolve by tens of times. He absolutely must obtain the Spirit Beast. This seemingly unremarkable tree can evolve into the legendary energy absorption dragon tree. The man to subdue it, he even resorted to drugging him unconscious. Then he tied him up. It turned out that just now, Suheng, using the treasure-hunting beast vision, discovered an extremely rare energy-absorbing tree. You should know that the energy-absorbing tree is special class dangerous species combining void, wonder, devouring, and shaping energies, 4 elements in one. It is a rare existence even in the entire universe. Moreover, the energy-draining tree's abilities are quite abnormal. Not only can it devour energy and store it within itself, but it can also sprout fruit in the form of energy when needed. Just a small piece can fill a beast tamer's stomach. It exponentially enhances the tamer's endurance. What's even more astonishing is, the energy-draining tree can consume samples and produce fruit with the same abilities. No matter how advanced the high-grade materials are, as long as they've been consumed, they can be infinitely replicated. For a beastmaster, as long as they have an energy absorption tree, they can easily cultivate a high-quality army of beasts. Suheng was naturally also quite tempted. He chased after it, riding the Dragon Snake Lizard. A moment later, 2 fiery armored stomach dragons have caught up to the energy-absorbing tree, but in the next second, a stone suddenly smashed towards them. The fiery armored stomach dragon turned its head and saw that it was actually a little yellow duck. It immediately became furious, but then countless stones came crashing down. In the next moment, the completely enraged Legigastric dragon chased after it. However, another gastric dragon saw the energy absorption tree was actually watching the show. It not only gave the energy absorption tree a slap, but also gave it a friendly greeting to its xylophone. But just as it turned its head, a pebble aimed at a vital spot launched a surprise attack. The next second, the gastric dragon's rear end spurted out 2.5 jin of blood with a poof. Immediately after, Long Shexi uses the level 4 awakened skill Dragon Spirit Warhammer. The next second, a multi-ton warhammer instantly condensed above the canyon. With a clap, it smashed the Lijiawei dragon into the ground. Su Heng could not help but exclaim upon seeing this, truly worthy of a mature top to dangerous species. Even after taking the Dragon Spirit Warhammer, it only fell into a poison coma. Even a Bolsei did not pierce its chrysanthemum. But at this time the energy-absorbing tree wanted to escape, but was stopped by the Dragon Serpent Lizard. It even unceremoniously took out a knife and fork to scare it. Seeing this, Su Heng took out a lasso with a mischievous smile. After a period of ineffective struggle, the energy-absorbing tree ultimately could not escape Su Heng's clutches. Looking at the knot he learned from the video, Su Heng nodded in satisfaction. The time quickly passed to the evening. After finding a safe campsite, Su Heng set up a large pot and began cooking. A moment later, he stood up and looked at the energy-absorbing tree, which appeared nervous. Come on, if you successfully make a contract with me, I guarantee you'll never have to worry about food and clothing again. The moment Su Heng's mental power connected with the energy-absorbing tree, a bizarre image appeared in Su Heng's mind. The energy-absorbing tree was seen wearing a cool t-shirt, wearing 9 yuan and 90-cent sunglasses, and started rapping in front of everyone. Hey baby, I was originally deep in the mountains, a tree that absorbs energy, carefree and worry-free, growing happily. Not only are but also able to walk. That day I took my home with me, but was caught by bad people on the spot. The tree is panicked and scared. Helpless, the tree wants to cry. The sun, the dragon, snake, lizard, and treasure-hunting beast all glared at it with displeasure. Su Heng was also shocked. Is this tree so hypocritical? But to successfully subdue the energy-absorbing tree, Su Heng activates big picture mode. He poured the food for the treasure-seeking beast and the dragon, snake, lizard into the energy-absorbing tree. The dragon, snake, lizard, and the treasure-seeking beast were stunned when they saw this. They were immediately frozen in place. But Su Heng kindly said, if you become my beast companion, I'll make sure you're well-fed every day. How about it? However, after finishing the food, the energy-absorbing tree refused to become Su Heng's pet. Su Heng instantly looked unhappy. He told the treasure beast and the dragon, snake, lizard, you two do not have dinner anymore. I've already fed it all to the energy absorption tree. Hearing this, the dragon, snake, lizard, and the treasure beast were instantly furious. They rushed forward and pummeled the energy absorption tree. Seeing this, Su Heng did not care. Since being gentle did not work, then I'll give you a hard time. But then he suddenly remembered. Yes, I brought the bloodline incense. How could I forget that? The moment he opened the bloodline incense, a wonderful fragrance instantly spread. With the bloodline incense's power, I'll see how you struggle now. Finally subdued my third spirit beast, and Fei is the energy-absorbing tree, the legendary void creature.